Message chat. Hey, Candy Kisses. Why am I hearing myself twice? Right there. Thank you for coming. Let a couple of more people get in here. I need to make you a mod. I don't have a mod in here. Do you mind? Let's see how I do it. Let's see. The like or share button is not up there? Give me a minute. Let me add you. Channel. Um, let's see. Customization. Settings. Community moderation. Let's see. There she goes, right there. Hey, y'all. Hey, Kathy. Hey, no more drama. How y'all day been? Y'all have to work. Any of you have to work today? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start because I don't want to keep you all too long. Let's see, share screen. The reason I decided to do this video because I was on Facebook and I saw on Facebook where Sierra, this page called Shirley. Hey, Yolanda. This page called Shirley Ellis on Facebook, she be tearing Sierra a new one. And Sierra, I think both of the true children have like mental his both of his children's moms have mental issues because they like if they get rejected or if the guy leaves them, they do everything in their power to tear them down and then they turn around and they start harassing the significant other or either talking about the women to can y'all hear me? But they start talking about the women to the men, and I look at how both of them, once they get upset, they keep those children away from the dad, which both of them have a common father, which is Latruth, and how both of them tried to keep the children away from the dad when the dad got in new relationships or when Latruth got in new relationships. Both of them tried to keep the children away in order to hurt the dad. They did, and they can't get over it. Sierra, it's been a long time. She done had another child's father. Another she has another baby from a whole 'nother man, and she's still worried about Latruth. Let's see. Thinking it's this one. Nope. I'm gonna go Go ahead and
I don't
start.
understand that, man. A lot of you guys know you have not seen any new pictures, new videos with me and my oldest child, Desharia. And ever since the incident, ever since me and her had our disagreement, and ever since I have not spoke to my daughter on the phone. And the biological mother, then I got her stepmother. You know what I'm saying? My ex, she communicated with me, and constantly has not communicated with me. And constantly I keep seeing stories getting story talking about emotion, all of that, saying those are lies, obviously. I can't even speak to her. So how can I connect emotionally with somebody that I can't speak to? I'm feeling like those two people things I know for a fact they putting things in my daughter's head. They told my daughter that I only on social media since she was 3 years old. She's 15 years old now. Social media has not always been an avenue where you can make money. You know what I'm saying? So they my memory that we've ever had together from childhood, from baby all the way up. I got content that I've always had of her. I got pictures and stuff that I never even social media. Like my children. So I need to let these women know, if y'all know my baby mom, if y'all know y'all know my ex, y'all please go talk to them and let them know that this is one.
Christian and I was just talking, right? And we were saying that it was so sad that we were just saying that how can Latruth date two women, two separate two different women, and both of them are identical the way they act. Sierra and Brianna is like their sisters. They act so much alike. They hate both of them are narcissists. Both of them hate being dumped by men, and both of them are very toxic. Um, I'm gonna start with Sierra. I'm gonna start this one with her because she was the first baby daddy, and her actions when she felt dumped. She was with Latruth 10 years. I felt like she felt rejected because he was with her for 10 years, and then he went and married somebody in 3 months, and I think that got under her skin because um, she was jealous, number one, and she felt like, okay, I've been with you all this while, and you didn't marry me, but you find somebody and be with her in 3 months or 3 or 4 months, you all getting married, and she yeah, he has to choose more wisely. And looking from some of his videos and what he's attracted to, I can see him making that same mistake because he has a type. I can see him going right back down. If it don't work out with him this season, I can see him um doing that same thing again. Okay. So here are some of the text messages when Sierra first found, or not first found out, but when he was with Brianna, and she was texting him all these ugly texts. And like this one says, tell your ugly chick to quit lying because she's young and insecure. She mad because you left her kids to see a man you get dick down. Excuse me, y'all. Dick down women these days have more class. And then she said, dummy, the Sharia is calling you. And then she said, it's sad you put a whore before your daughter. If I said no, she can't come, she's not coming, period. My daughter is not going to be around a whore. And then she was like, you need to stop being fake and be yourself. I don't know what the rest of it said because it's covered up. But she's angry because this man has chosen somebody else. And because he's chosen somebody else, she chose not to let her daughter go around them. And I agree, Candy Kisses, she is best for him. It's a very more mature relationship. Sorry about that. And that's not it. Going backwards. Okay. And then on this one, she asks, "Is that girl around my daughter? Is that girl around my daughter?" 6:19 p.m. And he said, "Sierra, grow up, please." And she talking about, "Answer me. Don't lie. My daughter would tell me." And he said, "No, she's not around, but she's coming, and I know she will tell you. I'm not going to keep it a secret. The Sharia knows I have a girlfriend." So Sierra said, "You need to grow up. I have the right to know if someone is around my daughter. What difference does it make if she's around your daughter or not if that's his girlfriend?" Thinking backwards, it wasn't a good idea though. And then this is the one where she's talking vulgar to Latruth. I think they were married at the time, and she gonna send him a message talking about, "I use condoms, no pussy, my pussy, like I use condoms, my pussy so tight they bust. After having four kids, I still got it." Then she said, "Legal exercises still working." Then um com- she turned around and fixed it and said Kegel. And then he said, "I don't give a fuck. Stop texting me. Thank you all for the super stickers. I don't give a fuck. Stop texting me." And then she said, "Laugh out loud. Let me go study." And she said, "If I said anything out the way, I apologize. I'm a woman enough to admit my wrongs. I'm in a place in my life where I'm a changed woman. I prayed about it." And then on this one, she's going in on Brie again. "Tell your cockeyed wife to stop messaging me. The bitch needs glasses with her ugly ass kids." Why is she putting them kids in that? Because she's butt hurt that LaTruth moved on and married somebody younger. "Hey, Tabby." And then she said, "She can talk all that smack on the internet. Tell her to say it to my face." Laugh out loud. She's scared. Then she goes, "She needs to worry about her bastard kids." Okay, if I'm not mistaken, bastard kids are kids that were born out of wedlock. So at that time, she had four. So how are you gonna have four bastards and then talk about this girl kids? But anyway, she said, "I got four kids and still a better mother than her." And then she said, "My daughter just told me she want me and you to get along and be there for her. And I would do anything for my kids, so I'm going to be the bigger person. Apologize to you, but I would not apologize to that little bitch." He called her and asked, "Can I speak to my daughter?" And she was like, "Don't call me. Don't call this number. Have fun with your so-called girl." And he said, "It's not my so-called girl. She's my woman." And she said, "Like I said, your so-called girl, don't call my phone. I'm going to fast and pray about seeing my daughter down there. I'm raising my girls up in a godly manner, and I don't want a worldly female around my daughter." Hindsight 2020, that probably was the best thing, but she's no better because she has the same characteristics as Brianna. She must have seen a lot of herself in Brianna because they are one and the same. And then she told him, "You're lusting, lusting, lusting." He was like, "Girl, I'm 35 years old. I would know if I was lusting. I can have any girl I want, but I choose Brianna. That's real love." And she said, "If you say so." For her to have three kids while her breasts so saggy. I had four kids and my breasts are fine and perky, firm and perky. And she said, "They're so small and saggy." LaTrue told her, "I love them." And she said, boy, they're little and sag and laugh out loud. "You love mine too." LaTrue said this conversation is over, as he should have. If he and Brianna was in a relationship and Sierra was talking to him in that manner and she knew they was in a relationship, that conversation should have been over. But why is it I'm guilty of it too. I've broken up and I've talked about, hey Cindy, hey everybody that came in the chat when I wasn't paying attention. But I was in a relationship and I've broken up and I've talked about the new girlfriend too, compared myself to it, but not my body parts, just the looks, compared myself to. But why do we do that? Why do we, when we break up, How many of you've done that? I know I'm not the only one, and I know Sierra's not the only one. But why do we do that when we break up with somebody and they move on from us and we're not over them? We talk shit to them about the next person and how they look. Is that our emotions? Hey, Jazz, so jazzy. Somebody texting. So anyway, let's stop that one. That- That's it. So this was after they went on. She said, Robert, you messaging my daughter saying you blocked me from the other page don't matter. Oh, this was just recent where it's showing that she's still having these issues with Robert and still having these feelings with Robert, where she told him that she was this was after Desharia came up. Thank you, Jazz So Jazzy, for the super sticker. After she came up and said that she brought the beating back up. Sierra came up and had a whole new live about that video that the young lady put up, saying that she didn't know she was live, and it was like she was co-signing it. But my thing is, all of us, if you had parents that discipline you, have gotten a whipping or two. And she act like she had never beat that, and she jumped on that bandwagon talking about he abused that girl when it was just an ass whooping. And then she is the same one that tried to beat the young lady when she was pregnant. Give me just a minute. So here's a text message thread from her and Desharia when Desharia was pregnant, and she did the same thing. My thing is how these people always want to pick out everything Robert do, but these mothers are doing far worse. These mothers doing everything but licking lightning, and they have no words for them. They just concentrate on Robert, Robert, Robert. She said, Sierra told Desharia, and how you acting is not cute. Them white people don't care nothing about you, so stop. And so Desharia said, they do if they let me stay the night. Desharia said, you talk, I mean, her mom said, Desharia, you talk crazy. Desharia said, you acting the same way when I moved down there to Atlanta, and then you apologize because you miss me. It makes no sense. And she was like, Desharia, bye. You're in the wrong, and I'm not giving in to you. Bye, and don't text me anymore. I've had it with you and your disrespect, and I see where Robert is coming from. You're disrespectful. Okay, if she knows the girl is disrespectful, if she knows this child is disrespectful, why did you jump on Brianna's side saying that he abused her and you know that your child is disrespectful? And then the Sharia told her, she said she beat me and slammed my head into the bed frame and dragged me. And I told her to stop because I'm pregnant, and she said she didn't care. So which is worse, disciplining your child because she's talking back and trying to leave the house, and talking back because you won't let her leave the house with the driver that was 28 years old and she was 15, or jumping on your child while she's pregnant, which is worse. But nobody had any words for that, but they brought back up this whole thing about Robert and the whooping. Hey, sweet queen. Hey, Yolanda, Bula. Thank you for the super chat, Jazz So Jazzy, and Tabby, and Candy Kisses, and it was another one. Give me a moment. And no more drama. Give me just one moment. I dropped a link for anybody that might want to come up. Okay. So here it is. What, 6 years later? She had the baby. I'm not sure if she had one or two children from Rex, but she had the baby from Rex, and she did him the identical same way that she did Robert. Give me just a moment. Let me find this. Hey, Creisha. Hey, Lassay Savoy. I think I pronounced that right. Nope. Say percent. Which one is it? Give me a minute, y'all. I'm looking for something. I don't know, Creisha. We used to that now. Let me see. Share screen. Okay, Sierra put this up. She's not talking about Robert. I'm just showing a pattern of how these women are with every man that they break up with, how they try to tear them down, how they try to keep those kids away from them, and how Robert got two of the same type women. She said, never date a man who has abandoned his kids or fails to support them. A man who isn't loyal to his children will never be loyal to anyone. Now, she said all of that, but this Shirley Ellis person on Facebook, when I tell you she be calling her out, she calls her out on her shit. Share screen. Let's see. Where is it? That's not it. Give me a minute, y'all. Okay, where is it, Shirley? I've had it. Uh, okay, here it goes. Nope, that one. Okay. She sent these to that guy Rex. She's talking about his girlfriend and not letting the little boy go around mutts, as she called him. But she said, he said, you're you fight and make it so hard to get Junior. Stop with the foolishness. She said, no, my son is not being around mutt half breeds. He said, Sierra, you contradict yourself. Like I said before, you're petty and childish. She said, like I said, my child don't hang around mutts. Sorry, not sorry. Me what you want. We do not do half breeders over here. Okay, she just said the man did not want to be around his child. Like she was putting that lie out about Robert. And the whole while she and Bree was all in that girl's head and tarnishing her about Robert, trying to pretend that he only used her to get likes and views, what damaging what she was feeling. She was already in her feelings about the whooping. And then those two pulling at her talking about he was only using her for clicks and views on YouTube, and he was using her to make her money. And from the time I remember watching like little videos here and there, he always had his that little girl on social media. It was another one where she was talking up under that young lady's clothes. Where is it? That's not it. Where is it? So this girl, some group said, "Speak your mind." She said, "Sierra, you are a sick, evil woman. Rex O'Brien and Latruth actually deserve to be in their kids' lives, and you do everything you can to prevent that because they don't want you. You need to take accountability." And then she went on the show. Rex was on his page saying, "I'm going to do my part as wait." They come better forget my children. Because Sierra had put on her page, "I'm gonna do my part as my children's mother. Take accountability for giving my children deadbeat dads. Last one of them. It's sad." Let me ask you all something. Do you all think that it's bad for a man to not deal with his child because he don't want to deal with the mother's foolishness? Because I actually know some men like that. I know some men that have been to jail because the ex lied on them. I've known some men that have been to use child support because they missed the child support payment to not allow the child around them. And when they get into a new relationship, just make it hard for them. And they be like, "Well, I'm going to sit back and I'm just not going to do anything and wait until my child gets grown enough to seek me out because I don't want to deal with that. I'm not going to be going to jail every time I go to see my child." Have y'all ever do y'all know any men that have gone through that, and do you all blame them for not wanting to go through that? But this guy Rex, she just said that he didn't want to be in their lives, so he was a deadbeat. We all see that she's keeping the child from him. I'm not sure if she has one or two, but she's keeping the child from him. And she said, "God, I got a text." He said he got a text saying his school got a text saying his school was having an event today. And if you know, like I know, I'll shake the earth for my babies. Whisper a quick prayer because I hate leaving Junior. Cried. See, he said, "I cried." He cried because dealing with his mother, I don't know when the next time I'll get to see him. And then he said, "Phew, try co-parenting. Tr- Trying to co-parent shouldn't be this hard." I don't blame. I do, and I don't blame them one bit. If I was a man, I wouldn't deal with it, especially if I didn't have the money to go to court. Exactly. I feel that they should do exactly what Robert Hampton did if the child is important to him. Hey, Anna Touch Nail, a new touch. Okay, a new touch nail and beauty bar. Hi, how you doing? Jasha Tatum and Darnicia, how y'all doing? Thank you for coming in. So I feel like this. Word it correctly. If I were a man, you put in half of that baby is you, right? She didn't make it by herself. And I don't care how much I love that kid. Some things not worth you. I'm not going to say your children are not worth you having a stroke or heart attack, but you would be more beneficial to them alive and dealing with them from a distance. Um, but it should not be a headache for you to see that child. It just should not be that. That's why I told my boy, when you all get ready to start having kids, make sure you married and make sure you all do it the right way because women can be so evil, especially if they feel like if y'all just dating and y'all break up, they can have the kisses. If y'all go through a divorce, the courts are going to decide. And most of the time, they give joint custody if they're going through a divorce. So I tell them to do it the right way so they won't have to go through what Latruth has gone through with his only two kids, two baby mamas, only two kids, and both of them full of shit, and try to come in between that man's relationship with his children. Even though the courts gave him custody, joint custody with Brianna and Mosky. Brianna still plays those games like he was supposed to get her. Was it last weekend? He showed up to the police station. She didn't show up, and then after people started talking about it on social media, and he went live and he left, then she show up. Hey, Sonia, y'all give me 1 minute. Do you all either of you all have kids that you from a guy that you all weren't married to? She said my husband had to do that with his two daughters. What can the kisses back away from them until they got older or get joint custody? Rex would be better off getting custody of his son. His mother is his very immature and very unfit. I think his best chances of getting custody would have been when she was living in that hotel and on YouTube begging for money. He could have shown that and used that against her. I agree my brother went through it. At first I was fussing at him. He said he's junior. He said he just can't deal with the mom. Then she stopped letting him. My niece was doing me like that. Let me tell you, I don't know. I know me. Can't nobody do my brother like that. They would try it, but I would probably be in jail. I'm glad that when he decided to have kids, well, he had my niece was born. My first niece was born out of wedlock, but my brother married his high school sweetheart because he said he did not want another man over his. At the time, he had two over his daughter, and since then he's had two more. They've had two more. I had no problem letting his dad get him. I do. You're right, so true. Yes, no matter how I feel about my kids' father when raising them kids, we're one. Exactly. That's why these two pissed me off. And I had no problem letting his dad get him. Hey, True Slayer. Yeah, but I think about both of those women very fucking ghetto, and that's just keeping it 100. Because only ghetto girls think like that. If they can't have the man don't get to see the kids. They don't think about the damage that it does to the child. All they're thinking about is if I can't have him, he can't see my child. They use those kids as pawns, and that's not right to the child or the parent. And then they want to take them to child support court. That's the first thing they very childish. That's the first thing they do. They want to take them to child support court, and then even when the child support order is in place, they still play those stupid games of not letting them see them kids. Okay. Now, Sierra went as far as to try to set the Rex new girl. She tried to set up Rex new girl by saying that she was texting her. She was like, for months. This unknown number has been messaging me and calling me, and I found out today that it was Rex's big girlfriend, the one he was messaging me. The girlfriend was the one that was messaging me. And some of the messages say, for baby girl over there with no baby dad, I'm trying to lie and say Rex is, she can't write, say is Rex, and we also setting up a DNA for allegedly Junior. Two since you, ooh, two since you such, see, this is Sierra texting herself because she's the one that talks like that. But she said, two, since you such a help giving a pussy out of both leg, giving up, it's supposed to be giving up pussy, I guess. Giving a pussy out of both draws legs, but can't get a man nigga to help you bomb as that's how they wrote it. Bomb as look at your. But she texted Rex and tried to pretend that that girl was texting her, and it's got all these incoming calls that she mixed in. The person allegedly left a voicemail. Then the person started texting her. Yes, she's very slow. It is hard to read her text because of how she wrote it. But she's still the same person that she was. Like Brianna's still the same person that she was when she first came into the marriage 6 years ago and up until this day, so that's 9 years, she has not changed. She's still the same person. It goes to show Sierra is the same person too. So how can Robert pick two of the same women that's absolutely not growing, showing no maturity? It's like they stuck in whatever the age they were when he was with them. And that's when she was talking about her mom was talking about her. But anyway, let me remove that. We're gonna move on to Brianna. When she was first going through that mess with Latruth, she gonna say, if I can't offer my children anything else in life, one thing for sure is I can give them a peaceful home. My kids don't have to wake up to fighting and screaming. They're not watching me get cursed out or seeing me curse my significant other out. They're not seeing me get mistreated or cheated on or having to walk around on eggshells. They actually have a happy and emotionally intact mother. So if you can't give your children everything, please understand the gift of a healthy home environment is good enough. This girl talks a good game and means absolutely none of what she say. Hey, that one. Hey, I saw somebody else. But hey, everybody came in if I didn't speak to you. I'm starting to think that woman from the little town must be, that women from that little town must all be like them. Yep, that's how it seems. Good question. Some men like to save women, every single mother, especially single mother. Exactly. Exactly. Some and I think that's what got Latruth in that trouble. In that I say trouble that he was in. I bet if she came into his chat, if he knew like he knew, he would have ignored that chat, read it, and kept it moving. If anybody want to come up here with me, you all more than welcome. But on Creisha's live yesterday, she showed something, and this and it touched the nerve just like it touched the nerve when she did it. It touched the nerve when I saw it again last night. But I'm gonna play this clip, and this is the reason why Brianna went ham and start double downing on what she was doing because her feelings were butt hurt because she had been around here lying like she had gotten a lawyer to divorce Latruth, and she knows she hadn't gotten no lawyer. If Latruth would not have filed, if she would not have filed for his divorce, she would still be around here lying, saying that she filed for her divorce and she waiting on this and waiting on that because she had no intentions on divorcing this man. She was just lying. And because this man went, thank you, Floria, and that one for the super chat and super sticker or the super chats. She because she ended up getting served papers while she was live, that is what like
I can't wait to celebrate. And not to top it off, y'all. This morning, this morning, the police came to my door to serve me with my divorce papers. He was like, I ain't never seen nobody this excited to get their divorce papers. I'm excited as fuck to get away from that. So I can cut ties and continue on my blessings that I got for the new year. Y'all, when I tell y'all I got so much stuff happening, I got so much stuff happening. I can't wait to be able to talk about it. I can't wait to be able to talk about it. But this show is to be lit. I can't wait.
okay. So this is what sent her over the edge and made her come back to back to back to back to back. Hey, your Salem made her come back to back to back with all those videos downing him. Then she went to talking under his clothes. This video right here, and this is one of the other reasons she set in her mind that she was going to seek revenge on him. And the bet if he didn't care for her, she knew he loved Mosky. And because he loved Mosky, she played with him and kept him away from Mosky. She felt like that was the only way to hurt him because them being separated, it probably hurt him, but he didn't let her know it hurt him. That girl's still lying through her teeth. She gets abused privately because she is at his crib more than he is at her crib. I think he stayed so long because of the kids. I do too. I do too. I think that the reason that he did not leave was because he had gotten an attachment to those kids. And like Truth Sayer said, Truth Truth Slayer said, I'm talking so fast, I'm twisting my words up. But like Slayer said, some men like to save women, especially single mothers. And I think that the relationship and the bond that he built with those kids, when you love a child, you will put up with a lot more because of that child, whether it's your biological or not. I'll just put that out there. And Candy Kisses, yes, she does sound hurt. She couldn't even fake that for the cameras. She could not fake that that bothered her. And he was the mature one, Tabby. We ain't seen nothing happen yet. She been so booked and busy for the last almost 3 years, and nothing's come. Everything that we've seen is stuff that she paid for. Her reality show that she paid for that. Those photo shoots she had, she paid for those. Now, what did come free for her was all this tour when she was going around lying. Now, those were free. But all that other stuff, maybe the awards that she got, the little influencer of the year, that little award, that wasn't it wasn't no real. I don't think it was a real award because it was no people. Thank you, Creisha, because the real influencers' name were not on there. They was talking about the smaller influencers like her, and they must not have been looking at her track record because at the time they gave that award to her, she was on social media acting like a straight clown. They must have been talking about the Bree that she was when she was with him, when she had a more positive light on her. Okay, she's talking about that reality show. Wait a minute. I think she was talking about that reality show that she paid for when she was talking about the show. She also claimed at one point that she had a movie script that she was supposed to be working on, and it was a video with her and Ja when they was talking. I think they were supposed to be in it together, and it fell through. I think the funding pulled out of it or something. He didn't leave because he knew she was unstable. I can believe that. We've seen it. Like when all of this first happened, he did come to the internet and told us to take it easy on her because she couldn't handle it. And he knew her better than we did. And now we see years later, she cannot handle it. I believe when Clownell makes enough money to pay child support, he's going to leave her completely alone and just take care of his kids. Um, I believe that too. I believe that too. And that's when she's gonna light fire from his ass. He's gonna go through. She's gonna go all in, doing him just like she did the other baby daddy and Latruth. She will soon have a nervous breakdown because she cannot handle being called out about her lies, and that's true. That's why she's trying so hard to shut us down. That's why she's trying so hard to stop people from talking about her. Because as you all, if y'all haven't noticed, now that everybody's talking about her and more people are being awakened to her and paying attention, they come over here looking at them videos and they going back, they paying attention to her and her actions. She got a lot of people watching her, but she don't have that many supporters because ain't no way she done had that GoFundMe up for 2 weeks and could not raise $1,000 for 2 weeks. All of her scamming that she's done, all of her lying that she's done, those people paying attention to that. And they just not here for it no more. Like she had them people buying those memberships to have exclusive videos and footage of those twins. Well, they saw everything we saw and we didn't have to pay for it. So that was a scam within itself. So they getting sick of her, and getting sick of her throwing money behind throwing their money behind her lies. And I noticed that they got sick of her that second she came live that Tuesday. Then she turned around and came live that Wednesday. That Tuesday they was giving her like super chat, super stickers. I think she told Janelle that they had given her $200 in super stickers. That next day she came live, she was popping her shit again, and she was like, "Let's have a super chat party. Let's have a super chat party. Let's make them mad. I promise y'all, whatever I get, I'll give it to somebody in need. I just want to show them." She did not get not one. That second day, nobody gave her nothing. Whenever she starts talking about, I'm going to do something with the money y'all give me, they're not believing it because she has done that so many times. They've given money and given money and given money and did not do what she said she was going to do with the money. Like that, it was some giveaway that she did where she went through the comments and switched the names up and say they were the winners. Nobody never came forward and said, "Well, thank you for blessing me," or "Thank you for this." And then I forgot who caught it, but I think it was Lupac caught that she just looked in the chat and changed the names around. I believe when okay, you already read that one. Let's see. Read that one. The truth be told, I think that was something they came up with after the fact. From the movie, truth be told, was something that they were working on together. It was some kind of reality show that they was working on together. She already done damaged my 2 cents, and he feels like no one will believe her because she's a full blown liar. I don't know. I know she is a full blown liar because um you all remember when she was popping her shit that Tuesday when I think she had on that light green and he came in and she changed up and got like on her soft girl era. Well, in that video, or was it the next day? She said that she didn't have to worry about her rent or getting evictions or paying her bills. And she said, "I know I had that loan, but I'm paying on it." Once they take you to court for that loan, you cannot make monthly payments no more. They want it all. They saw that day that she didn't do nothing but come out there and feed them a bunch of lies because she said, "Yeah, I owe Wells Fargo, but I'm making payments." No, you had to make that in full, baby. You're not making payments. When they sue you, they want all of it. The payment shit is over. And then she said, "I my car is fully paid for." And then here it is 2 days ago, you put a thing up talking about your car. That's why she hate us because Tabby broke it down, Lupac broke it down, Harmony Speaks broke it down. Latae broke it down. You told a lie. You said your car was paid for, and here it is. And 2 weeks later, you got to come because you know it's getting repossessed. Because she's just doing when she say I'm surrendering it, baby. You still doing a voluntary repossession, and that's because that I don't know why people think that if they turn it in, it does not look as bad on their credit because it's still a repossession on your record. Whether you turn it in, they pick it up, it don't matter. It's still a repossession. And I forgot who it was that said what was before the part that she showed us, because you know it was something leading up to that. And she only shows us what she wants us to see that goes along with her narrative. So we all know that she had not paid on that car since September. Around the same time she moved into that apartment, around the same time. And my thing is, if you got a fiance, and I think somebody just asked that in the chat right here. Yeah, my thing is, okay, you just said y'all engaged, right? Why you got to handle all this financial shit by yourself and taking care of everything and the kids? When he gonna step up to the plate? When is he going to step up to the plate and help you out of some of this shit? You wouldn't have had to beg Robert. We wouldn't have had to wonder why Robert ain't happened. Because if Robert was there, you wouldn't be going through this. She took a chance on a big stepper, and now she out here looking like a fool because she had to do her big one and try to downplay Robert and whatever he had going on and uplift this man. And this man, she said herself, don't help her with shit, don't pay for shit. She pay for everything. She can't keep up with her own lies. She lies all the time and cannot keep up with her lies. When you tell one lie, you have to tell another one to cover up that lie. And when you tell another one, you have to tell another one. And sooner or later, the lies are going to be so great, you're not going to remember the first lie that you told, and you down the line still trying to cover up. She is funny. That laugh be killing me. Yep, she's only showing the beginning of that long. And that brings me back to something I put in Tabby's chat last night. Okay, you got 3 degrees. You did not know that when you sign up for a car note, the interest rate, if you got a high interest rate, the bank gonna get theirs back first. You might be paying $500 a month. 480 of that gonna go to the interest. $20 gonna go to your principal, and that's what's going on with her. She got such a higher note. A little bit more is going to her principal because the note is so high. But that I mean, me when me and Tabby and Creisha was on the phone, I looked up the value of that car that she has, the 2021 BMW X5, $40,000 at the most if it's fully loaded, and she's gonna end up paying $100,000. Where where in her master's degree mind did it click in? This is too much for this car. They charging me too much for this car. When she say that's one of the most, she said that was the most stupid decision she ever made. Whatever. I think the most stupid decision she ever made was calling the police on Robert and telling him he had a gun, because they probably could have worked through it had she not done that. But yeah, that was very stupid of her. I think another stupid mistake that she made is not putting all this 400, the year she made $450,000, not set that aside and bought a house. But I can't count nobody else's pockets and tell them how to spend their money. Easy come, easy go. When you don't work a real job for it, you don't value it. So it goes through your fingers. A lot of these people like Peach that made over $1 million on social media. One year she made over $1 million and she's just getting to the point to where she's buying a house. That's that's crazy. I can't see it. I guess because I'm an older woman, but I can't see making that kind of money and renting from somebody. I can't see making that kind of money and paying a car note. I heard this girl say she was expecting $50,000. When they start making that kind of money, and I know I'm going off the topic, but when they start making that kind of money, they they get this image that they try to uphold, trying to impress people. They got it like that. I'm gonna rent a mansion. Well, I'm gonna rent this big old house. I'm gonna drive this big old car because it's a persona that I'm trying to put out there. Instead of if I made it, I'm gonna live within my means still because you never know. Like she's finding out that money don't last forever, and then it's gonna it's gonna come to a point where you're struggling to make ends meet on this high maintenance lifestyle you made for yourself. So screen share this. Mm, sc- Excuse me, y'all. This post that Creisha shared yesterday, or was it the day before? Last night on her live, when this girl said, Brianna, Brianna said, Amor is not his child. I, I'm a, pro- I'm a. She said, what she was trying to say was, Amor is not his child. I'm gonna protect my child with my whole body and soul. Ja is her daddy. Fuck out of here. That was only to hurt Latruth. And I felt heated when I saw that because that man did not show any signs of wanting to be a father. That man didn't show no signs of trying to be a father. But you're going to take away her relationship with her dad that always has shown that he was a good father. If Robert has not proven anything else on this internet, he has proven hands down that he's a good ass dad to both of his children. And for her to try to take that away from him, talking about childish ass that antagonized this baby, that did everything not because he loved her, but because he was trying to show her daddy up. And she talking about that's his daddy. That shows that something is mentally unstable with her, and she does not think about what's best for that baby. All she think about is her lick back with Robert. Right, my 2 cent. Where's her help? She doing it all by herself. She needs to have Sleepy on child support. And she does. She does, but as long as he's doing her bidding for her with Robert, she's not done putting him on child support because she's doing what he can't do right now. He's antagonizing Robert, and the courts told her not to speak on Robert. So as long as she got somebody still doing that, like those people over there, like Sleepy, she's good. She'll probably never put him on child support now. But he's the world's greatest deadbeat dad that gets all the credit. Yep. I never get notices anymore. I'm sorry. I put it up Thursday. You may have gotten it and just missed it. Masters in business. That's what she got, a master's in candy kisses. Whatever it's in, she need to go get. They need to give her all her money back. She put in student loans because anybody knows that. Then she talking about scamming. That bank ain't scamming you. You signed them papers saying that you were going to pay that high ass interest rate on that car. They didn't scam you. They doing just what you knew they were going to do, getting their money out you. And she like a couple of weeks ago, she put on her page talking about repairing credit. Baby, it looked like yours wasn't repaired for you to sign up for that highest interest note. Looks like they did not repair your credit. Pronounce. I miss your Salem. Okay. Yep. I already agreed to that. No, it's not her first car. It may have been her first car in her name. I'm not sure. She had a Mercedes before that, but I want to say, and um, I can't be 100 on that, but I want to say that her dad signed for that Mercedes for her. It's going towards her interest, not principal. Exactly. It's going toward the interest and not principal. And I used to sell cars, and in the car industry, it is that's what my husband and I used to do before he died. And in the car industry, when a person comes in and as long as you got a four something beacon, they will put you in a car because they sharks. They don't care what you got to pay in interest. They will put you in a car because they got what they call primary banks. Primary banks are gonna be your, like if you go to your bank, they're gonna be I forgot the name of them. Capital One is not a primary bank, but they still get you decent interest rates. But what is it? GMAC, that's a primary bank. The banks that go along with the car dealership, like if you buy a Ford, they go through Ford. If you buy Toyota Lexus, they go through Toyota Finance. Those are primary banks. But when you start talking about other banks like Capital One, that's not a primary bank. Santander, that's a secondary bank. Exeter, that's a secondary bank. And then Bridgecrest, that's a third dairy bank. And then that one that she got hers from, that's a third dairy bank, Ally. They'll finance the car for you, but you're going to have high behind interest rates and you're going to have to put down a pretty penny on it. And that's probably what she did, put a good down payment down and signed up for a 25 to 30% interest rate just because she wanted to appear big. Um, she's always buying cars. Yes, she is. All the time. And why buy a car with a payment? You big Bree. You should be able to take one month's check and go buy you a car. Pay cash for it. Don't worry about no car note. Then you won't have to get on here lying talking about my car paid for. Amongst the oldest. Yep, other stupid decisions. She's made a lot of them. Exactly. And she talking about a scam because interest come first. She might feel like it's a scam, but that's the American way when you're buying a car. They're gonna get theirs first. And that way, if they getting theirs first, by the time you start paying that principal down, they have gotten whatever they lent you for the car. The rest of it is just profit. But just say they loan you $20,000. Those principal payments are not going to go toward anything until you start paying off. When that $20,000 is paid for that they loaned you, that's when you're going to start paying that principal. And most of it will start going to principal after they've recouped their money. Money does blow fast. But if people don't, they don't appreciate money though, unless they go clock in with somebody and they had to work hard for it. They have a whole new outlook for their spending habits because they didn't get it easy, so they're not finna spend it easy. However, doing it like they doing it, just clicking on a phone and recording, that's easy money. So they have no respect for it. That's why they waste it like they do and don't have nothing to show for it. Now it's one lady that I really admire her, and this lady called Super Sense. Super Sense she started out on social media an influencer, and she started a makeup company. And her makeup company, the last time I did a story on her on one of my videos, she was selling her makeup company for $56 million. She used to do tutorials on how to put on makeup while she talked about her life, and somebody in the comments said you should have your own makeup company. She looked into it and got with some chemists, put her money into it, and came up with a makeup company. And now, like I say, somebody offered her $56 million to purchase it off of her. It's called crayons, a crayon box, something like that. My white ex stepmom tried that foul shit with my daddy. I cussed her out in front of 10 bucks after I found out guns were drawn on him. Oh, wow. Yes, she definitely trying to impress Janelle at the time. He thought she was something big. They fooled each other. That's why I say they deserve each other, because he thought he was doing something and she thought she was doing something, and wasn't neither one of them hitting on SHIT. Trying to impress strangers on the internet. But I think that all of this is going to backfire on both of them. The oldest daughter is too far gone. She has her own child, and she's too far gone. She let her mother and she let Brianna ruin all that she and her dad had built. It may be salvageable, but now that she's grown, when a child thinks they're grown, it's hard to impress them. It's hard to get to them, and maybe when she gets older and have her own child, she'll start to see that. But as long as her mother's around in her ear, Brianna's not around in her ear anymore, but as long as her mother's around in her ear with the mentality she has and upholding her with that disrespect of her dad, she's gonna keep doing it. Yep, but as far as that other baby go, Mosky, like I said, everybody knows that Latruth is a good dad. I don't care how Brianna tries to do it. That child is a good dad. That child has a good father. She couldn't have had a better they couldn't have had a better father for their kids. I'm talking like Jeannie now. They couldn't have had a better father for their kids. And both of them, instead of trying to keep that relationship intact, I'm like, Sierra, y'all got 6 kids. Y'all should want one of y'all kids to have a healthy relationship with their dad. Because if you are all that they got to look up to growing up, I feel sorry for them babies. And the same thing with Brianna. If you are all those kids have to look up to and have to depend on, I feel sorry for them because they got two of the most idiotic women as mothers. It's sad. Yep. But for this part right here, she came forward and she said that Latruth had bad credit. That's why he couldn't get nothing in his name, and that's why he was getting repos and told all them lies. Latruth came forward. She was like, "He gonna lose that Tesla. They looking for it." And when he wasn't driving it and was driving the Jeep, they say he had lost it, and he let them ran with that narrative. Then he just pulled it out one day, took pictures of in front of it. But while they talking about him and she keeping the attention off her, and she's the one around here losing shit. Y'all, uh, she's gonna show us what the I want to see. I'm ready to see what them degrees gonna do. She's overly trying to impress the wrong ninja. She ain't even try that hard with RH. She didn't, and she didn't. I know she would never admit it. But I know when she look at Janelle, she gotta say, "What the fuck have I gotten into?" I know she say that. He's I am with a big ass child. I had a very mature relationship from a man that adored me, and I traded it in for this because y'all know it's alleged that she was messing with this guy before before she was divorced from RH, before she left him, that this guy was in the picture. When they did that, if y'all remember, they did that question Q&A. They were sitting on that floor, and they asked how long they had been knowing each other, and he said they met in either September or October, I think. But that was when she was still with Latruth. I ain't say it. He said it. What part, Candy Kisses? Did she say what recently? And another thing, have you all noticed that whenever Latruth is around his kids, he is going to take them shopping? Every time Mosky comes to see him, he takes her, and he don't just buy enough outfits to last that weekend. He puts a buggy full of outfits in that buggy. When he went to see the Sharia and his grandbaby, he took them shopping, and he let her pick out whatever he wanted for his grandbaby. Some this girl Sierra tried to pretend that he don't take care of his kids, and that daddy of the year thing is a joke. And somebody put in the comments, from what we've seen, he's done more for them in the last year than you've done in 17 years. Okay, so let's see. Um, he is so humble. He is very humble, and that's what I like about him. Um, how humble he is and how thick-skinned he is. I'm not gonna say I wonder sometimes I wonder how he does it, and I wonder if he just put up this persona while he's on does he just put on this persona while he's live or when the camera's rolling, and when he gets off, does what these idiots on this internet say about him, does that bother him? If it does, he's a way better actor than Bree, because Bree be pretending, and you can look in her eyes and tell that she's sad, but you can't even tell that it bothers him if it does. Um, but at some point, all that hurtful stuff that they say, it will bother me. I wouldn't let them know it bothered me, but it will bother me. She will hurt her kids just to prove a point to social media, and she will, and she will. She does that with every man she meets. Also, she and Sierra are one and the same. When Brianna left Sleepy, she got with Latruth, and she started trying to make him adopt the kids and doing all that. She was doing all that to hurt this man and to get back at him. Wanted Latruth to adopt the kids, and she wanted the kids to start calling Latruth daddy, and they were doing it on camera. And that's the game she played. And I can imagine her telling him they got a daddy, he they daddy, just like she did with this thing, Jade daddy. It's just games they play. They use those children as pawns. As pawns. They use those children as pawns. They have these children to have something to dangle over these men's head. And I can guarantee you, when all of it hit the fan with Janelle, we ain't seen nothing yet because it's a double dose, allegedly. It's two of them. And she's gonna be doing him the same way. But the difference is he got a mama living, and if push come to push, I believe that his mother would step up and help him get those kids. I know I would if they were mine. I would step up and help my child get those kids from a mother like Brianna. 3 degrees, no job on the internet, giving out boring content. Exactly. Her sister and her daddy co-sign for everything she has. I believe that. That's why I feel so bad for her. I ain't gonna say I feel bad for her, but if something happens to Walt, they might take those kids. They just might take. No, I can't, because Walt doesn't always be there. Like when she went to Janelle's house and those kids was at home. Walt was not there, and he was telling her to go back home to them kids. And y'all know Janelle lives an hour away from her, so she left those kids at home by themselves that night. She didn't bother reading the ARP. Exactly. She was so excited to prove her big when she came outside the dealership. The car sitting there with the big bow on it. And I forgot what the caption said. Had the big red bow on it. The fine print. Exactly, the fine print. And I know that wasn't her first time logging into that app and seeing that that money wasn't going there. But she had to beat that story out. She had to beat the story out. She know that this side, these people be going digging up everything. Like, I don't know how, but somebody found that lawsuit from Wells Fargo. So she knew that it was gonna come out. So she tried to get ahead of the story, talking about she was gonna turn it in on her mama. She need to stop putting her deceased mama on things when she lying. She would tell a lie and then say on my mama. She need to stop that. She's gonna mess up her dad's credit. Yep. No, this isn't her first car. Remember that white that white van, baby. She be rolling, and she do be rolling. She had a Kia, I think. Okay. When they were out there, she was telling Robert, he was telling her to put on a longer shirt, and she said, I ain't gonna put on no I ain't going nowhere because the D too good. She had a Hyundai or some kind of little small car up under the garage then. And then after that they had a Kia. I think it was some kind, was it a Kia SUV? So she's had a couple of cars. She just stepped up and started going forward. I'm late. Can we talk about how they trashed and clown RH for keeping it real about his finances to the point he had to Uber and she's the reason for that. Yet she's around here dry big and this. Yep, that's true. That's true. But let me tell you, she got this. Okay, Bria's a big ass liar. Bri came forward on that day she came to YouTube ranting and said that she had paid money for a lawyer. I think she said $3,600. She got a lawyer. She gonna shut all this shit down over here, talking about her and bashing her every day, bashing her kids. She came over here popping her big one. She had a she was going to start serving TPOs. We can't talk about her. We can't do none of that. And then she turned around and put up the GoFundMe begging, talking about she had to get multiple lawyers. No, she didn't. She just needed that one lawyer to serve TPOs on whoever she wanted to serve them on. She didn't have to go from state to state or city to city. She didn't have to do that. That was just a lie for her to get up money. And y'all notice she put it up around the time it was time for her to get you. Well, by the time it was time to get her that Facebook check, she put it up then. And y'all notice Janelle ain't been around this time when she got paid. She ain't posted him. You know, he normally come around when it's payday, but this payday you didn't see him. He skipped it. And I think that's why she was trying to get that money up so she could have it to flash in front of him to keep him there. Like she got it like that. Exactly. Robert bought her a Kia SUV. Then she bought a Telluride. Then two Mercedes. And then if we go back, she had that white van, but she didn't know this. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Setting up fake GoFundMe's and links to donate to her lawyer. You asking for money from the same people you call brokey. So, nah, nah, sweetie, we broke, remember? Mind you, these her fans. They're fans. They not real supporters. They not trying to support her for real. Hey, Spicy Brown. Everybody else that came in and I didn't speak to, I'm sorry. How y'all doing? I definitely understand that in most cases, if you buy a car in full, the warranty is no more. Yep. Yes, let's see. Crayon case. Yeah, crayon case. I don't like the makeup. My niece had it and gave it to me, and I didn't like it. But I don't wear a whole lot of makeup, so it takes time and energy and consistency, and BB don't have that. Exactly. She will see it one day. Laugh my ass off. I couldn't do that to my kids because I don't know. I couldn't do that because my kids know how my dad means to me. My BB is close to her dad. She know damn well them babies need their dad around. Those kids need to see something other than gyrating, something other than pulling, wearing these two little bitty clothes. She's not teaching them anything. I saw on Lauren's dad's post that she had made honor roll. And I know it's because she studied, not because mama helped her. Because if mama was helping her, believe me, she would have it on the internet. Because as much as we talk about it, but she probably don't have it on the internet because she probably don't understand the work that Lauren's doing. College degree, my ass. I doubt if she finished high school looking at how she put some of those sentences together when she's talking and how she phrased some of her terms. She don't even have a high school diploma, let alone 3 college degrees. She definitely saying that. Eat boogers. Oh boy. I don't know what part is that post. What post can the kisses? I think I'm behind in the chat. Booger boy, yep, I noticed. Happy done all the time. She stay fresh and daddy when she's with as daddy when she with him. Yep, dang. Now that's the true meaning of stunned like my daddy. Right now, I can't stand syrup on the look and tell. That one girl, I would be like, really, Robert? Glad his daughter has his genes. Exactly. Now his daughter has grown and she's a cute girl. It has to bother him, especially in the beginning. Yep, yep. And then I know, you know what? I probably shouldn't say this out loud live, but this is what I was afraid for him for. I was so afraid for him when he was going through this divorce and seeing how vindictive she was and how evil she is. I was so afraid for him. The way she was trying to keep that baby from him. I was scared that she was going to be the one that made the accusation against him that Jeannie tried to make. I felt like she was going to try to set him up to say that he was doing that. Hey Gemini, thank you for coming. She definitely puts her emotional baggage on them babies trying to prove points like your kids was suffering. You can obviously tell them kids dislike Ja and not the way you saw they loved on Robert. Ja was in the picture about 3 months ago when her dad took her to meet up with when her dad took them with him to meet up. I think she was out of town and the dad took her to meet up with Robert to get Mosky and those kids saw him. I know everybody noticed how those kids got out and hugged him and their eyes lit up like they were so glad to see him. Wasn't no fear there. Like she tried to say they was emotionally, what was that word she used? That they was tired of seeing their mother get drug and this, that, and the other, and they were scared of him. They did not look like they were scared. They looked like they were genuinely happy to see that man and that they missed him. And that's Sleepy's problem. That's the first baby's daddy problem. He see how his kids are and were with Robert, and now he's trying to erase Robert out the picture. And let me tell you something. You may keep your children away from Robert, but you're not going to erase those memories. Those are their memories and their memories alone. And I don't care what you do and what you try to put in their heads, they lived it. So they are always going to remember the real, no matter how many lies y'all try to and how y'all try to manipulate the situation. They're going to always remember that. And another thing they're going to see is how their mother is doing this man that stepped up and how their mother is putting these ideas in their head. And when they get older, she's gonna see it again and she's gonna hear it again. Children, when they get older and something is not right and don't sit right with them, they can't speak out when they're young. But when they get older, oh, conversations do be had. I don't know. Is Pat a lawyer, y'all? Exactly. The truth was the father when he was bullied on TV. She's just doing damage control for when it comes out. Yep. She didn't love her mama. She didn't love her enough to go to the funeral. I think they say she was at the funeral. She didn't go see her while she was sick. She wouldn't go home to see her. And she let a man stop that because she said that she didn't want he didn't let he wouldn't wait a minute. He didn't let her go to see her mama because that's where she was from and he thought she was going to see other guys or some crap like that. So saying that they only come get it, saying they can come and get it because they're about, yeah, if they haven't already came and got it. If they're if they haven't already picked it up. I think they had already picked it up. I know y'all hear my phone going off. I'm sorry. Let me text them back. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so she did her mom bad, didn't even go to the funeral. Man, what lawyer? According to her, she talked about a lawyer. She talked to her lawyer that said, I can't wait to get a lawyer. Exactly. That girl would sit up and do a live and be talking. And when she talks, she tell a lot of lies within the conversation. If people honestly sit and listen to her and stop being, oh, you so beautiful, big breed, I love you, and all that kind of bullshit in the comments, then they will see, they will catch her in so many lies within the one live. In the beginning of that live that she did that day, she told 3 different lies. Now the people that's not all up her ass caught those lies, but the ones that are up her ass, they talking about Big Bree, you're gonna get them. I'm glad you're doing something, this, that, and the other. But they didn't catch the fact that she said she had paid this much for a lawyer and then turn right back around and say, I gotta get a lawyer. They didn't pay no attention to that. They didn't pay no attention to her saying that she was making payments on on that loan. Yeah, y'all got all these loan payments. Y'all got bad credit, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I owe Wells Fargo and I'm making payments. They did. I guess they so simple minded they don't realize that once you go to court, the payment situation is over. They demand it in full. So that was another lie. She just got caught in so many lies during that live, and they it went right over their heads. How come you did? How come you did? Was it too bright for you? Um, that makeup crayon box. The one that my niece gave it to me. She's a makeup artist, and she gave it to me. Um, it was the kind that she gave me was the matte look, and I don't really like the matte look. The kind of makeup that I do wear when I wear is this Illuminous, the little spray the little airbrush like, and I just started using it, but that's what I'm gonna use from now on, Illuminous, because it is real light on your skin, and it looks like you don't have on anything. How come? Exactly. That timeline does add up to her cheating. Robert just need to take all their assets to court for defamation. Hell, Gina was bragging about how much money she got, and Robert H. You need another source of income. Hint, hint. Better jump on it. And that girl don't care about no adultery. She thought that she had did her big one. She caught somebody that was a rising movie star, and she thought she did her big one. That's why those twins are here, because she just know he's gonna be somebody, and she was not gonna let that get away without her making her mark. And then she also thought it was something big, her giving him his first child, and know that man said he didn't want any kids right now. But I fought him for that, because a man knows how not to get a baby. It just blows. How old is he? 30 something. He had gone all that while without getting one. He knew what to do. It just blows my mind up that so many content creators make so much money, didn't have a home, create a real business, and going broke. Yeah, she said out of her own mouth her first baby daddy wouldn't let her go to her mom's funeral. I heard her say that, but somebody came out and debunked that and said she was at her mom's funeral. And a lie ain't nothing for her to tell. Now she lie quicker than she think. Uh, can't wait until Fuller does it. I hate it every time and he is so handsome. That's a handsome young man. Hey Beverly, please replay it in and out. Hey, Yakima. What I really want to happen, I know we don't have a say in it, and but before Mosky ends up like her older sister and the damage is done, I wish he would get custody of her, because it's not good for a child to have foundation in one place for 2 days out of a week and then go back to doing whatever they want to the other five. That's going to keep them confused, and eventually, when let's just say, for instance, once she get to be a teenager, she's not going to be wanting to spend time with daddy because she having her way at mama house. When you co-parenting, you're supposed to be on the same accord on how you're going to raise that child and what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. And he cannot have a healthy co-parenting relationship with her, and that's not in the best interest of Mosky. Like I said, he had a very good relationship with Desharia before Brianna stepped in. Ain't no telling when he was out working. There's no telling what Brianna was putting in that child's head. Ain't no telling what she was letting her do. Y'all saw when they used to do the skits together. Desharia used to try to dance just like Brianna. She looked up to her, and you have to mind to men for men that have for men that have for men that have relationships with women, and you have a daughter, they need to look at the character of their girlfriend, especially if they're going to have that girlfriend around their daughter. And they also have to look at when they're marrying her, is this a good fit for my daughter? Because if you're co-parenting and she's going to be spending time at your house, you need somebody respectable around your daughter that's going to teach the right things, and because she's going to play a part in that child's life. Latruth could not have a better example for Mosky when she's around them, because what's her name? What's that? Season. She's very mature. She carries herself in a respectable way, and that's something for Mosky to look up with, as compared to her mother, half naked all over the internet, half naked everywhere she go. in the winter in Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta. It gets cold as fuck in Atlanta. You're walking around, you're so hot in the ass, you're walking around with half tops on showing your stomach. Everybody in the world now knows what your stomach look like. You can at least cover up in the wintertime. But she's so proud of her store bought body that she has to show it off spring, summer, winter, and fall. And that's not a good example for a mother with young girls. Hey, real talk with Pratt. What you got to try candy kisses? Real active. Now I do like the matte lipstick, but they got some foundation that gives that matte look, and I really don't like that. No, she didn't visit her mother before she passed. Well, her girls put that out there. Now I'm not sure. The girls that she was close with, they put that out there about the minister and the deacon. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Bria's not stable enough to have no other kids. Honestly, she's too broken. Exactly. She needs to get herself in counseling. She needs to take about 3 months. I believe 3 months. If she takes 3 months and withdraw from social media, go lay on somebody's couch and get real in depth counseling, I think she'll be better off for it. But as long as she's trying, first of all, she needs to sit back and do a self discovery and realize that she's no better than none of us other people. She just may make a little bit more money, but she's not better than us. Money does not make you better than a person. She needs to take a real deep dive and just sit back, go over your videos, look at how you presented yourself to the world, and then think, is this really me or am I doing this for clicks and views? It may be her character, or it may be that she's just doing it for clicks and views. But once she does that, she needs to then realize you are the same as us. Stop trying to present yourself as something that you're not. All of it, I've had credit issues. When my husband first died, I was in a pickle. And I had to pull myself up, like they say, by my bootstraps. And I had never worked a 9 to 5. I did hair for 17 years. We had a home security company, and when he died, we had a home security company. I When he died, I had to get a 9 to 5, something with the 401k, and I was behind the 8 ball. I had some savings, but as far as having money going toward my retirement, I didn't. So I was, like I say, in a pickle. I had some money saved because I was hiding it from him because my husband loved to spend money because easy come, easy go. And I used to have to sneak and spend money and sneak and save money. So when he died, I didn't go back to work from July 19th until January the next year. So my savings that I had, I went through them. I had to pay for his funeral out of my pocket because the insurance didn't pay for it because they say he had a pre-existing condition. He had a heart attack because he had congestive heart failure. So I did not know what it was like to have to sacrifice, and because when he was living, he gave me a good living and he spoiled me. So I had to do everything by myself, and that became hard. So I ran up on some hard times. And when when I got ready to go back to work, I had went to work for I had been back to work about 2 weeks, and then COVID hit. And so once COVID hit, I'm like, Lord, I just got back to work. I'm out of money. I was so glad when they started giving us that money from from COVID, and I had a business. So yes, I got a PPP loan. That was a godsend for me because I didn't know what I was gonna do. And then I was able to qualify for unemployment, so that helped pull me back up. After COVID was over, I'm thinking I'm gonna be able to get back to work. I couldn't go back to work because people weren't letting you come in their house and install no security systems. People were not letting you people were not letting you come knocking on their door talking about selling them a security system. So my company went under because people were scared of COVID, didn't know enough about it, and they just wasn't. Security system was the last thing on their mind. So I got a job with the COVID people doing what you call it, contact tracing. I was a contact investigator, a contact tracing investigator, and I did that from 2020 until I got this job. And that's why right now I'm living off of a 60% income because I got to play catch up. I'm putting 40% of my paycheck in my 401k because I'm playing catch up because I did not have a savings. And I've been doing that for 3 years. So when I tell you all living check to check, not because I have to, but I got to play catch up because I'm going to be retiring and I need to be able to live a comfortable life when I retire. But like I say, she's not the only one that goes through stuff. And she need to stop getting up here flogging like she got it like that and like she's better than everybody because everybody goes through. The more money you make, the bigger your lifestyle is. So at some point, you're still gonna struggle because you're living outside your means. And a lot of people do that. The more they make, the more they spend. And then they be done set up this lifestyle for themselves, and when the money stop, they go to struggling just like the next person. So she need to stop putting it out there that she's so much greater than everybody and she big Bree, and accept the fact that you know better than nobody else. Once she realized that and stop thinking she better than people, she'll be a better person than what she's portraying out there, if that's at all possible. Let me get some of these comments. Makeup. She later dated a man who bruises her in front of her kids. Her child was allegedly punched. You was just on the recording saying, when it comes to my kids, nobody gonna hurt them, yet you allowed it. Yeah. And then she tried to walk it back. Those were her text messages out there that said that was her, that he did that to her child. And then the thing that I hate is that this ninja coming for Robert, and Robert didn't do nothing for you, nothing to your kids, but you turning the blind eye to this nigga that punched your child about a pair of fucking tennis shoes. And then you're gonna show a tennis shoe collection, but you couldn't, you this great dad of the year, but you couldn't buy your child some tennis shoes. He gotta get punched in the chest about wearing his mother's boyfriend shoes. If you don't get the man, if you don't get the F out of here with that. Hey Darlene, thank you. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you don't spend. And there's my knowledge. That's true. That's true. I watched the whole live on how Brie was being a total mean girl to on vacay calling her fat to vacay calling her fat. Said she need lipo. She effed around that when she left. Okay, who was this? Who she was talking to? Who she was calling fat on vacation? The friend, she said she met Pastor on that vacay. So technically she was cheating on Ja too. Which, oh, when they went on that girls trip, that girls vacation, and Ja and the dad was at home with the kids. Thank you. Hey, Brittany. She does. She needs to leave relationships alone, get herself together so she can be the best version of herself to her kids. I know this girl cannot be that evil. I don't know. I don't know. From what they say, people that actually know her and know the family, they say that's why the family don't deal with her because that's who she is. What she's showing us is who she is. Y'all notice in all these 2 years, nobody from her family has come forward to take up for her. None of that. It's all these strangers. Nobody that from her friends from high school, ain't nobody coming up to stand in the stand in the paint with her. She's doing using all these strangers to do her dirty work. And the baby, like I said, that baby daddy just doing that so she won't put him on child support. They are perfect for each other and they're gonna be each other downfall. Like if she wouldn't have met him, she probably would still be doing better in life. But this girl is so arrogant, she don't realize she's messed up her brand. If she would have listened to the man that she hates so much, if she'd have listened to him when all of this first kicked off, she wouldn't have not have brought that to the internet, and she would have been doing what she's trying to do now, bringing out family content and bringing out content about, you know what I'm saying? She's bringing out stuff like she was doing the baby's hair the other day. Some every now and then she'll drop her doing skits with her kids. If she would have came out here and brought that stuff out here, all of this would not be happening. Y'all wouldn't watch my videos. I wouldn't have nothing to talk about. She came out and she's ruined her brand. She's ruined Robert brand. They want to say Robert ruined his own brand. No, you all attacking Robert because of what Bree said, because of a lie that Bree told. If she would not have told that lie, neither one of their brands would be ruined, and both of them would still be doing pretty good. But because she set a trap for him and put a rug over the hole she dug for him, now she done stepped on that rug and fallen in that hole herself. It's happening to her slowly but surely. And it can turn around. It can turn around. But she's got to acknowledge her wrong. And she's such a narcissist. She would never come to the internet and say, I lied on Robert Opp. She would never make, like she made a public apology to Ja for telling the truth. She would never come forward and tell the truth that she lied on Robert. Her luck would turn. She's living her karma and she's still gonna get her karma, but God would forgive her and her luck would turn and things will start to look up for her. But because she's so stout hearted and won't do it, she's gonna continue to sit over there and act like God doing his big one for her. Why would God keep blessing you and ain't blessing nobody else all the evil you do? The devil blesses people too. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get some water. The devil blesses his people too. I think I'm behind in the comments. She doesn't. She never talks about her family. Exactly, but she needs to. She needs to. If she come forward and apologize, shit, we won't have nothing else to talk about. But because she won't, and she still has her people over there trying to destroy that man, she's gonna stay the focus and the center of attention because everybody sees what she's doing and she thinks she's smarter than everybody else. And we don't have sense enough to know that she got them people over there talking about him. She called out Jeannie in her live that night. I've been watching you, I this, that, and the other. I just can't say nothing, I can't comment. But you're doing a good job. Okay. You don't suppose they're speaking on him, but you're telling her she's doing a good job. Anyway, and then the other ones, she knows what she's doing. She's using them. She wants to believe so bad that nobody likes Robert. She wants to believe so bad that the only reason people are here to call out her lies is because he's paying her. I've never talked to Robert. I don't know Robert personally. I did what I do because of that video that I saw when she told that lie that man had a gun on her. Because I have two sons and I took that personally like I knew him because of the fact that I have two sons. And it's already it's not easy for black men in this United States. And with the man that we got in office now, that he's trying to change police policies where they can beat anybody, where they don't have to, if they did it in the act of duty, they don't have to go to court and won't be charged. And then it's just, that's just, that just did it for me. The black man has always been the worst treated man in America. And a racist cop would be glad to put one off in him. And she lives in Gwinnett County, one of the most racist places to live in Georgia. And she tried that mess in Gwinnett County. And that's why I took it personal. Her children does not want anything. Well, the rest of the family, besides her father and her children. Her sister does not want anything. The rest of the family. Brittany, I don't understand that, baby. Her sister doesn't want anything. Will her just like the rest of the family? Oh, anything to do with her? Is that what you were trying to say? Hey, Latae. Hey, Ashley. Exactly. All exposing the real abuse. Exactly. And he needs to be exposed. He think because he's running quiet, people are gonna forget what he did. Man, until you come forward and say that you did what you did to that girl and you knew they were framing Robert to save you and you allowed it to happen to a black man, I have no respect for him at all. Because a real man would not have done that, let another man take the blame for what he did. He's a I don't want to say it, but he a pussy. He a pussy ass nigga. Because like I said, a real man is not going to let another man take the heat for something he know he did. But as long as it's saving his reputation so he can get the so-called career he think he deserved, he let it went down. Hey, Ma Deuce. Yeah, she is feeling it. We was talking about that earlier. She got a lot on there. Nope, he would never admit to it because he's just like she is. He's a narcissist too. He think just because he's quiet that he's fooling somebody, but he's not fooling anybody. He is not fooling anybody. Anybody want to come up and have a conversation? If not, I'm about to get ready to get off live, y'all. But y'all just send the prayer up for RH because at this point, what they're still doing to him after 3 years and they starting all over with it, it's sad. All still in order to protect this man for that girl. You ain't even got to like his content. Y'all don't have to say, y'all don't even have to do that. Just because he's a black man is being wrong, just pray for him. Because it could be your brother, it can be your uncle, that can be your cousin, that can be your sons. And no woman should be able to get away with trying to destroy a man like these women doing. They know this girl be lying. They know this girl ain't shit. But yet they still, just because she's a woman. I used to have so many people coming in my comments when I first started doing this. How can you go against a black woman? How can you do this? I'm like, okay, this black woman is no better than that black man. That black woman did not have a risk of losing her job because her life because of a lie. This black woman did wrong, and you all upholding her in that wrong. That means she'll try that bullshit again against another black man. What if it's your son next time? What if she meets your son and call the police and tell the police your son has a gun? And the police actually pull the trigger next time because your son allegedly had a gun. Would you want somebody to come out and tell the truth on her if it's your son? I look at things and I put myself in situations and I put what if. I always do everything by the what if thing. What if it was my son? I would want somebody to step up and help prove that he was lied on. Thank you all. Thank you, Candy Kisses. Thank you, Brittany. Okay, let me thank you all for these super stickers and super chats. Thank you, No More Drama. Thank you, Candy Kisses. Thank you, Tabby. Thank you, Jazz So Jazzy. Thank you, Floria. And thank you, that one. And thank you, Krisha. And thank you, Ma Deuce. I appreciate y'all so much. And I thank y'all for rocking me. Some of y'all been with me since day one, my first video, and I thank y'all for that. Can y'all hear me? Because it say my device is not connected. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Hey, Blueberry. Hey, Miss E. Y'all coming when I'm getting ready to get off. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for rejoining. My dude's been with me for 16 months. Okay, it says my device is not connected. I didn't know. And um hopefully you all who is La? Who is LA? Hey.
Hey, remember I was up here before.
Oh, that was you. How you doing?
I'm good.
That was you.
Man, it's so much that I'm just like, Robert, you need to start taking people to court at this point.
He does. He really
I
does.
mean, like, I'm telling you, especially from the ones, because Amora be saying some really sick, damaging stuff, like talking about his daughter, he touching the daughter. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's the one I did not like that was said. And that when I was saying earlier, that I thought she was on the panel with me, the last time I came live, my dudes. Let me see. What was your name again? Tell them your
Nasty
name.
Nate?
Huh?
Nasty Nate was on your live?
No, you were on here with me.
Oh,
Tell them your name, 'cause it look like you changed it.
Lala.
Yeah, I don't remember Lala was on the panel with me once before.
Yep, it was me and Lou Park was on it for a little while too.
Uh-huh. Hey,
Yeah,
Robin.
I've been staying in the bushes.
I was wondering where you been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
but
been in the bushes, girl. I say it's so much going on. He need to
it
serve
is.
Jenny too. He need to go ahead and serve her. Cause she just delusional at this point. I don't even know how she ended up jumping ship.
I can't see how people can be so evil. I don't know. At this point, I'm
Hmm.
starting to think people just showing you who they were all along. They
Yeah,
just showing you who they are. Money will make a person do some evil stuff, and it
yeah.
should not be that way.
Hmm. And I thought to myself, like, man, you really just call everybody brokies, and now you talking about super chat party. Like, girl, what's going on with your finances since your supporters are clowning RH for doing what he can to take care of his daughter?
Exactly.
Like, you dry begging, you putting up fake links, talking about for a lawyer, knowing it ain't going to no lawyer. I
Yep.
just don't understand.
I don't. It's hard. That girl right there. God is gonna bring her to her knees.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. And the way they play with God is disgusting to me. Her first BD is just disgusting to me. Like the way he
Yeah.
plays with God is terrible.
My thing with this ninja, I do videos on him now because this man, you should be praising Robert. You should not be coming up
Mhm.
here trying to come after this man for doing what you didn't do, and that's father your children for 6 years while you was in your honeymoon phase with your wife.
But see, that's why I believe he's on the payroll. This just started suddenly right when she was served to not say anything about him or mention him. Then she like, okay, BD, well, I'm gonna tap you in. That's what I feel like. I'm gonna tap you in because I can't personally do it. So I feel like she's put a battery in his bag or
Yeah,
something weird is going on because like this man is on your page every single day, and it's gotta be embarrassing as a man to always have a man in your mouth, especially publicly on Facebook, and then he don't
exactly,
respond. I mean, that's
exactly.
gotta be embarrassed. That's secondhand embarrassment.
And then his children be on the internet. They sitting back watching their dad dog somebody out that helped took care
Yeah,
of
he
them when their
took
dad
care of
wasn't even
him.
in their
Yeah.
lives. And like I say, those children gonna have a voice. You can I don't care what he puts on the
Mhm.
internet, he cannot take those memories those kids have when they was with the truth. He can't take
No.
it. And like I
Yeah.
said, instead of him trashing this man, a lot of stepfathers dog the children out. He should be thanking that
Hmm.
man that he treated his children as well as he did.
I
He should be
mean,
best.
they were always so well dressed. Never like
Exactly.
how you see them now.
But both of them are so ungrateful. And now she's got a ninja in her life that's treating those kids, not treating them good, got the children really scared. Like she say they used to be with Latruth. She manifested that because they are
Hmm.
now really like that. If you ever see them around each other
They
and
look
watch their
uncomfortable.
interactions, they do. It looks
Yeah,
very uncomfortable.
it looks forced always. I always said that. It definitely looks forced.
Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier, Brittany. When they get older, they're gonna have a conversation. They're gonna speak out, and she's not gonna like what they have to say
Hmm.
about a lot of stuff that they witnessing as that they shouldn't be seeing.
Yeah, and I don't like how it's being made a difference between the twins and them. It's
Hmm.
like they really got their own little family, and the kids are just left to fend for themselves, feeling them unloved at home. I'm sure them kids feel that way, unloved,
Exactly.
unwanted. Man, I miss Robert. I wish he was here instead of Josh. I could just imagine because
Exactly.
it's not the same. They're not getting the same nurture and treatment that they used to get. You could tell really he's not really the fatherly type. And then the whole time when you was putting Mosky on your back and on in the mall and stuff, that was just to antagonize her father. But now we don't see none of that type of connection. So that was just all a show. And how dare you allow your kids to be played with like that?
Exactly. I don't know. She's gonna learn to one day put those children first. When it's gonna happen, nobody knows. But I hope it happens soon before something happens to one of them. While those people over
Mhm.
there cheering her on being with an abuser.
Yeah. That's what I feel like. But the accusations is just going a bit too far. Like y'all bringing up this man's daughter. Like it's just evil to be.
It
It's
is.
just so evil.
It is. Is a
And
lot
he
of this
always
stuff,
just like turn the cheek. But Robert, certain things now you need to have a voice for yourself, or people gonna keep playing on your top. Like
and
he
they
needs to
are.
serve that baby daddy. He needs to serve Jenny, and he needs to serve Nasty Nate
Yep.
because that all the blasphemy going on, like all the trash talking about him, defaming. They're not only defaming his character, but they're putting really nasty things out there that
Exactly.
they're not even realizing one day their daughter is gonna see it. The little baby is gonna see it. Everything you have to say about her daddy. Like y'all are hurting kids at this point. It's a bunch of grown women that are not emotionally stable enough to handle their emotions properly, and they're
Exactly.
deflecting and pushing off how they feel on them children and don't care how they feel. As long as she's happy, she don't care how they feel, and it's all in their faces. It's all in the way they look and dress.
Yep.
It's like they're throwaway children, and that's sad to me.
It is sad. And this conversation we're having, she'll be
Mm.
live tomorrow if she sees it, seeing
Oh
we
yeah,
track.
talking about people talking about her kids and
Yeah, we
yeah.
talking about her kids and bullying her kids.
Nobody's
No,
talking about
we're
her kids.
we're
We're talking
talking
about your
about
parental.
exactly. And it's like that master's degree doesn't go to her head where she knows the difference in constructive criticism and bullying. And
I don't
those
care
people
what no one says. She
they
ain't
be
got no
going.
master.
I know she don't.
She don't. She's not smart enough.
She's not.
No. She
She's
can't even
not.
pronounce certain words right. So I highly doubt she has a master's degree.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
then to go on Facebook and say, "You see this house? You see all this? I did this all by me. It's all me, baby. I did this. Ain't no man help me." Knock knock. You forgot about your ex-husband that you said put you into a better position, lifted
Mhm.
you, put you on a pedestal. Hello, anybody home?
Well, she said, "Let me let you eat your own words." Hey, Amber,
Hmm.
let me help you eat your own words. She was uplifting them then, But she the same way she uplifted him, she tore him down.
Yeah, yeah. And I think like it's crazy how I never seen her have to do so much damage control when she was with Robert, but now she with this man. That's all she been doing is damage control, trying to get in front of the bus to protect him. Like,
Mhm.
girl, bye.
Mhm.
And you keep talking about you a boss. Bosses ain't around here chasing men. Like you literally are paying for a man to stick beside you. Boo, that's not a boss.
Mhm.
You see, you talking about a boss as materialistic things. You're not talking about a boss mentally. You're not talking about a boss being mature, a boss not being a bitter baby mama. A
Mhm.
boss thinks that she's upgrade from being a wife, a
To a
kept wife,
girlfriend.
to a baby daddy or to a baby mama. Like
Exactly.
that's are you no boss where? No,
And all
absolutely not.
let me tell you, those people, they amping her up. They got to be a lot of miserable souls too, because you
Hmm.
okay and giving her the y'all blessing to go from being a wife to a baby mama, and to go from being in
Mhm.
an yeah, they abuse each other. I think every black couple that gets
Yeah,
together when
but
they argue,
I
they
mean, I physically, what do you call it?
verbally,
Emotionally and
yeah,
verbally.
yeah,
Yeah,
we do that. But as far as
yeah,
putting his hands on her, no. And everybody want to say, well, that's not right. How many times have you cursed your old man out and he cursed your ass back?
right.
So that just happens in black, in not just black,
It
in all
does.
relationships.
Yeah.
When you argue hard. But the part about putting your hands on, so they want her
Mhm.
to go from just a verbally abusive relationship to a verbally and physical, and that's okay with them.
Right, right.
In counseling, Janelle said on one of his things that he don't do counseling. On one of his little lives he went,
Because he's
he
not
said,
willing to do anything to keep her, which means he don't care.
exactly. He said, I'm not gonna do any counseling. I'm not finna sit down and talk to nobody. So
But
she
y'all see that live when he said something like, I don't know if he said, "Nah, I'm not never getting married," or if he said, "Y'all, I don't know what y'all talking about, Mary." I forgot what he said, but he said something like as if because she just had showed that ring off like he proposed. I'm putting it in air quotes, like he
mhm,
proposed to her again. With
mhm,
girl, if he really did that, you would have filmed it. But anyways, I'm putting air quotes for that. Like she just came out and announced y'all are engaged. You're on live saying you ain't got plans to be married.
this
Again, an
man
embarrassing moment.
exactly, this man always embarrasses her every chance he get. She makes
Right.
herself look straight foolish coming out here trying to amp him up while he's Latruth tried to amp her up and she tore him down. She's doing the
Hmm.
same thing for Janelle, trying to build him up, and he's tearing her down every chance
Hmm.
she get. He's showing everybody this girl is a liar. Y'all know this.
Hmm. Yeah, and just like when he did that little twirl when they was what the last vacay they was in, she had a cheetah print on. He did that little twirl. She just thought, oh, I'm getting so much attention. No, baby, he did that taking shots at Pretty Bree, which means he's still in his
Exactly.
feelings about it. So, girl, no, you're not getting loved on and affectionate attention all of the sudden. Like this is what I'm saying by common sense that she don't have, and you talking about you got a master's degree
Yeah.
all of a sudden your man just loving on you, twirling you around. When do he ever do that? So
Never.
obviously it was to somebody, right? Obviously it
Mhm.
was because he felt some way about Latruth turning Pretty Bree around.
Mhm. Hey, everybody that came in the chat that I didn't see. Um,
Hey,
yeah, but he did that to try to poke fun at excuse me.
Robert for turning her around and wherever they was in.
And then the same thing, she got on the leopard. Pretty
The
Bree had on the
same thing,
leopard.
and that's what I said. That's what made it even more embarrassing. And you know he did that on purpose because she had that leopard print suit on. He
Exactly.
did that because she had that outfit on. Why didn't you do that before when she had any other out? She had all kinds of swimsuits and everything else. You didn't twirl around. You purposely waited,
Mhm.
strategically waited till she put on that leopard print outfit to twirl her around because Pretty Bree had on a leopard print outfit and LaTruth was twirling her around.
Mhm.
So that's a whole embarrassment. Like I'd be like, "Are you serious? Why would you respond to that unless you cared?"
Exactly. And I know he's fighting the air now that Pretty Bree is hanging out with Latruth.
Right.
And I
See,
bet
Pretty
she is
Bree
too.
played her cards well, very well. Checkmate.
And I know both of them had a fit when she licked Latruth's face the other night.
Did they?
They was somewhere and she was with the cousin that's going in on Jeannie, Tamika. They were together somewhere
Hmm.
and
I didn't know that. Wait a minute. See, I'm getting different juice than I ain't know about.
they was together somewhere and Pretty Bree showed up and she sat with them and she was sitting next to him and she licked him up the side of his face. She licked his face. I said, "Oh, I know she's fighting the air right now, and so is Janelle."
You said her cousin Tamika do what now? Doing what?
His cousin that's going after she be doing content on Jeannie. Tamika, what's her name, y'all? Tamika that be blogging on Jeannie.
Is that that's a cousin? You said.
She dates Latruth's cousin, so she said that's her cousin too. She
There's
didn't
a
come
cousin.
out until that comment was made about that baby, about Latruth and that baby. She said Latruth she had been wanting to come out, and that when Jeannie said that about that baby, Latruth could not stop her from coming out. So she
What did
wanted to
she
come
say
out and
about the
defend him.
baby? Can you repeat it or?
That he touched it. He was he did something inappropriate with
Oh
motion.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
yeah.
that's when the girl Tamika some corporate thug. Is that her name, y'all? Corporate thug and
Oh, I'm gonna look
Mika.
her up right after the stream.
But she be going in, and they were together. Out. I think it was this weekend, and Pretty
Mhm.
Bree was with them, and they showed her look at the truth on the side of the face. They was hugging candy kisses.
Oh Lord, that's so funny, man. Robert is secretly out here winning. I don't care what no one say. He ain't got
Yeah,
that headache no more. He ain't got to deal with no childishness no more. He ain't got to
exactly.
deal with the line no more.
He ain't got to deal
Obviously,
with
the
none of
creeping.
that. None of that.
Yeah, he ain't got to deal with none of that no more. And then he moved on the right way. He didn't just get with somebody to get back at her. You could tell he was truly healing. You could tell he was truly hurt
Yeah.
for a while. That's why when the fans was attacking him, like, damn, just let it go. She's gone. Like y'all act like y'all ain't never been in relationships. They were together for 6 years. Shut up.
At least he's showing his. He's showing he's taking his
Yeah,
time.
he being
He's
real
showing.
about it.
He's showing he's hurt. She's coming out here acting like she's over it, baby. You don't. If you ever loved
Clearly,
him,
she ain't over
you
it when she
don't
just
get.
said she got with him to get over him.
Yeah. If you are into a relationship and you really loved your spouse, you don't get over them in a month, baby. I
Nah,
don't care
uh-uh.
if they talking about cancers get over it and move on. No, cancer's just covering the pain. Like they say, if you want to get over one, get under another one. That's what
Mhm.
she did.
Yeah,
And to
but
this,
it didn't work,
it did not.
and that's sad. Like, and everything she do, I just be like, this girl is so manipulative. You have to wonder exactly how manipulative she was in that marriage too. She's
Hmm.
so manipulative, and then this is how you know the camera things was her idea because the daughter said his daughter said they had cameras in the room. And
Hmm.
she also said, but I think he was being controlled by Bree. And lo and behold, Bree got cameras in her house. So that came from her.
Exactly. Exactly. Normally, now where I'm from, if you call the police and make a false statement, they would take you to jail for that false
Yeah, they
statement.
will.
So when the police came, she had to have not been there
Mm-hmm.
because they normally would take you to jail for false statements.
Yeah.
Right now, too. Ain't no
Yeah.
way, especially when you still wanted to be with him. Exactly. Exactly. I think that's why Robert is where he is at this time
Mm-hmm.
because she still wanted him and he what they call it simple word. He rejected her. She wanted
Right.
to be with him. She got rejected, and she's the type person. Oh, he's not gonna reject me. What people gonna think? I'm fine. I'm pretty. I'm that girl,
Nah.
and I got rejected. That's her mindset. That's her
Yeah, but
mindset.
she still the reason why this is why I feel he really was done. When you come out and put something out like that about a black man, that's enough for anybody to be like, I can't stay. You're ruining my rep.
Exactly.
You just made a public announcement, knowing all the blogs gonna pick it up, knowing I'm gonna lose fans, knowing my finance gonna go down. No, I can't be with you. We're not gonna make this work. This ain't gonna work.
Now, when this first happened, I was watching both of them going back and forth, and the
Mm.
look he would have in his eyes, that was a pain look. And like, I
Yeah,
can't
hurt.
believe she's lying like that.
Mm-hmm.
He had this. Thank you for coming out the bushes. I've been a silent bushwasher, and I thumbs up. Robert is stress free. I have been watching before the divorce and after the exes, and all the other women are mentally unstable. I support from
Mm-hmm.
the bushes. Okay, thank you for
Yeah.
coming out the bushes to put that up there.
Yeah. That's I was in the bushes I was in the cut for a little minute before I finally was like, man, I gotta speak about this. Sometimes I'll be in his comments too.
Hmm.
Like some of you women are literally damaged or either trash, one or the other.
Like, the difference in her and Robert. Robert can take criticism. He can take constructive
He
criticism.
can. He
He
got real
cannot.
thick skin.
He can. I've actually gone in some of his videos, and if it's inappropriate, I'll be like, "Well, Robert, you know that you have a young daughters. This is very inappropriate. That has access to the internet." And he did one
Mm-hmm.
where he used to do the little penis thing in his pants. I made a whole video about that because that was inappropriate. That don't mean that I'm trashing him. It was just inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
You have girls, and the oldest girl at the time, she wasn't pregnant, but she can get on the internet and see her dad doing that. So I
What was
just
he doing?
he had something, I don't know. He got up there in his underwear and he had a wedgie. I'm not a wedgie, a hard on.
Mm.
And
Oh my gosh.
I just
Yeah,
he
that's a
don't know.
little that's
That was a
inappropriate.
bit much,
The
yeah.
kids don't see that, yeah.
So they like to say that we don't, but people call Robert out on his shit. He just
Right.
don't. He
Yeah.
just he just don't go and say people in my comments bashing me and doing all that. But he's called out
Hmm.
on his shit too.
Hmm. But that's the point of being real. You know what I mean? Looking at it from two sides. Like I've looked at it from both sides. And what you're doing, Bree, is not right.
Mhm.
That's not okay. And for you to still let it go on. She talking about some, I wish everybody forget it. 2, 3 years ago, almost 2, 3 years, almost 2, 3 years, almost 2, 3 years.
But
Okay, well
listen
tell
to
your
this.
dumb ass supporters that then.
The thing is, okay, it was 2, 3 years ago, but you're still the same person because you just
Yeah,
did
that's
the
a
same shit
problem.
to Janelle. You hadn't changed. That's why people still talking about her dumb ass because she has
Hmm.
not changed. She's still out here doing the same thing. She'll be quiet for 3 weeks, then come out and say, "I've been quiet for 2 years." You ain't never.
Yes,
She
she
has
do.
never been
Every
quiet.
time she kill me with that.
She's never been quiet for 2 years. She'll go silent for maybe 2 weeks. Then I've been quiet for a long time. No, she's not ever been quiet.
I'm tired of
But
being quiet. I'm tired of being quiet. The
exactly,
same speeches. The same
yeah,
speeches.
exactly. And
Oh, I'm working on myself.
when she was quiet, she had her people doing her dirty work.
Hmm. Is that why Latruth did that skit when he was like, shh, 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 ain't no need to talking now. You been quiet. Shh, 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 shh.
You gonna make me choke. She brought it to the internet and wouldn't fix it. That's why he was done. Exactly. They talking about he wanted her to lie and cover it up. No, he was trying to
No.
save face because it wasn't nothing he had done. He was trying to
Mm-hmm.
find a way out of it for her where they wouldn't lose supporters. because it was gonna come
Mhm.
out. He knew he had the smoking gun all along. He knew he had what really happened on that
Mhm.
911 call. He was just
Mhm.
trying to get her to not really walk it back, but to say it was a skit because it was domestic violence month, because he
Right.
saw the trouble that was ahead if she kept up the way that she was going. And if
Mhm.
she listened to him, we wouldn't be here. They said he wanted her to take it back and say, she gonna come out telling me he wanted her to take it back and say it was a skit. She's not gonna take back her truth. Well, her truth, her lies is why she's where she is now. Her
Mhm.
brand, her brand is damaged, everything.
Mhm. Yeah, that's my thing. And like Lolita said, how can you ruin somebody's life and then say get over it?
Exactly. Exactly. And she's still out here telling the same lies. He
The
paying her
same
all this.
tune playing that
Okay.
violin.
Exactly. Now she came out when all this first happened and said she showed his bank. He got $89 in his bank account. He did not say nothing. He let people think what they wanted to think
Yeah.
until when he put a post on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and he showed what he was making during the time she was saying he had $89, and everybody was saying that was his business account. That was not his other account. That was the account for the record label. It was not
Mm,
his account. And they were saying that it looked like a statement to me, a Bank of America statement. It didn't look like a bank account. But
mm,
then he came forward, and if you look at the timeline, he had $70,000 he made, $70,000 he made. He made a lot of money during the time they was running around the
mhm.
internet talking about he broke because of
Right,
a lie she put out there. Bree was taking care of you. Okay, if he was making this kind of money, why would Bree need to take care of him?
right. And
But
then
that's
my thing is, see, that's the problem with people and why a lot of these females are single and bitter. Because
mhm,
for one, when you're in a marriage, because I know they like to bring up her foot in the bill and stuff. They're
mhm,
in a marriage. He support her for a while before he
mhm,
said, okay, you need to make your own money, so I'm gonna show you. Didn't he
mhm.
support her for a while? What's the difference? Like they're married.
It,
You know what I mean? Now, what she doing now? Yes, it is a
mhm,
difference because for one, the man mistreats you. Two, y'all are not married. Three, what does he do for you?
mhm. Excuse me.
So it's a
Let's see.
difference for sure
It is different.
when it comes to, okay, she was footing bills when she was married. Okay, so was he. But the difference is John's not putting in the same work back as she's
He is
putting in.
not.
That's the difference.
He is not. Whatever Jaw got, that's Jaw's, and whatever she got, that's Jaw's. That's how that
Yeah,
relationship is set up.
yeah,
Whatever, whatever's mine is mine. Whatever's yours is mine.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
during that
exactly.
time when she was bragging about making $50,000 a month, the month she said she was making 50,000, Robert made 70,000, 76,000. So
Yeah.
where's the disconnect?
But think
Y-
about it. This is after he got torn down. Imagine the money he made before he got torn
Now
down.
you could see it dwindling. The more she went on, the more she came out, those numbers got
Hmm.
smaller and smaller. Went from 73,000,
Hmm.
76,000 to 73 to 40 to 20 something. And then
Hmm.
when he was showing that he hadn't been paid, it was down to 7. So we've seen the decline. He's put evidence out there of how they've
Yeah.
ruined him.
Yeah. And then my thing is, see, if I was Robert, I would sue her because she is the reason why his income is being attacked right now. It's solely on her life. If I was him,
Mhm.
I would sue her too. Like,
Robert is not the
girl,
type. He does stuff behind the scenes. He don't come out like with her. She come out and tell everything she's
right,
trying to do. He don't say
right.
anything. He moves in silence, and
Yeah,
that's
he
the
moves in
best way.
silence. Yeah,
She's. I
yeah,
bet she. Tanya said. I bet she wished she would have said it was a skit. Now, I bet she does too. Brittany said she's not
right.
going to say anything. She didn't stay quiet, and then she pops off. She doesn't like he don't booger boy. I hope that woman out there in the real DV situation get out safely. that
Right.
women out there in a real DB situation. Exactly. Ma Deuce said when he came out and said it was a skit, I knew exactly why he said that. I didn't see how people didn't understand that because they didn't want to.
Right. He didn't want his brand to be tarnished. That's why he wanted to say that.
Granny's
He
World
didn't
said she
want
would
his
never.
brand to be tarnished.
Exactly, exactly. And he was honestly trying to save hers too. All that
Yeah.
hard work he put into both brands gone to waste.
But see, ain't that messed up? She didn't think of it like that. With her immature mind, she's thinking only about her. And you're not, and girl, you're not thinking as a family unit. You got to think if you're married, whenever he's hurting, I should be hurting.
Mhm,
Whenever I put dirt on him, it's dirt on me. Like
mhm.
that was the problem. She doesn't know how to be a wife.
She does not. And then talking about she want to be married again. They engaged. After she
Oh, girl,
said they
bye.
engaged, she's on video pulling those shorts up her crotch so the split and her you know what can show.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, what kind of wife are you ready to be? You all on the
Hmm.
internet, um, um, you promoting your private part. And
Yeah.
some of us made videos about it. She came live the next day, had them shorts up, and she made sure she pulled them where they could show off her vagina print. And but you
Oh my
saying you want to be a
goodness.
wife, and that goes to show anybody that Janelle cannot care about her because a man is not gonna want his woman showing what he's getting every night. All it was
Right.
nothing left to the imagination.
Right.
And a real
And
man
see,
is not gonna want their woman out there like that.
it goes to that immature mindset though. She thinks like a child. Okay, y'all talking about me. Well, guess what? I'm gonna show it off. You're not hurting our image, you hurting your own when you do stuff like that. That's what I'm
Yep,
saying. She got a kid mind. She don't ever think about the other side of nothing.
she
It's
doesn't.
whatever she's an impulsive thinker, very impulsive, very emotional. Like it's a lot with her.
Mhm.
It's a lot with her. I still can't believe you sitting up here on a video talk about with them crocodile tears. I had to leave. When it comes to my kids, you can do whatever you want to be. But when it comes to my kids, nobody is going to hurt them. Nobody. But okay, so fast forward now. What are we, how many years fast forward? You supposed to have growth since then, right? So why would you say that back then
Mhm.
when you was with Latruth, right? Why would you say that back then
Mhm.
and then now fast forward, your son allegedly gets punched in the chest? Oh, now what you said don't count.
Mhm. Mhm. Lolita said Janelle is doing to her what she did to Robert. That's karma, baby.
Yeah, I believe so too. And you know what I believe? I've been thinking about this a lot. I said, I bet the first time she went on the internet and dog jogged the way she did, I bet he sat back and was like, all right, game on. Now I see what Robert talking about. So now every chance I get, I'm gonna embarrass her for tarnishing
Mhm.
my image
Mhm.
because that's how men think. Men
They
hold a
do.
grudge. They don't think like women. They're not like women. Men will be like the one time you disrespect him, he gonna show you. That's how men are built and equipped.
Mhm.
And that first
Miss E
time,
said
I bet business deals went out the window for him. I bet it got around about him.
they
I bet it
did.
ruined some
He
of
went
relationships and everything.
he went a long time without any work. He started doing those little
Hmm.
skits with her because he and the more he was without work, the more he was antagonizing Robert with Mosky and doing all of that.
Hmm.
Um, but Miss E said she only started paying bills because he got sick, and that's true. When he got sick,
Yeah,
she
that
had to
is
pay the
true.
bills.
Right. With the faking cancer, but was really sick. But okay.
Mhm. They had I mean, what doctor is going to lie and jeopardize their
Right.
license by stating on camera that you definitely have cancer? After
Right.
that, she's in the car. Robert was nowhere around, so she cannot say Robert made her do this. She was in the car
Hmm.
crying, driving, crying. Y'all pray for my husband. He had cancer, and she was really crying tears. So, if
Mhm.
Robert scammed people into thinking that he had cancer, she was right in on it.
Right.
They don't
See,
realize
and
what
that's
they be
what I
saying.
mean by she don't understand the family unit. That
Yeah,
right there says it all. Like, man,
and she let
I
them
don't.
went with that narrative, and she know damn well that man had cancer. She let them went with that narrative and did not try to correct it.
Mm-hmm.
She's a low down, dusty, cheap wig wearing, oil leaking ass bitch. Well, say what you really feel, Tanya. Say he had yeah, he did have a page on Facebook that had 8 million followers. She was an admin on that page, and it mysteriously disappeared. It didn't get deactivated.
Evil.
It got deleted. It's a difference in deactivating
Meaning
and
he could
deleting.
never get it back.
Yeah. And those people at
Yeah.
Facebook can tell him which one of his admin deleted the page, so he knows who deleted. She can lie all she want. He knows who deleted it.
So, and this is what I mean by impulsive little girl. Because if you was
Mhm.
smart, half of that money would have been yours if you was smart.
Exactly. She would have got more than what she's getting.
Mm-hmm.
She would have gotten more a month because he would have had access to all that
Right.
those but
And then she could have also, the way she could have also did it was made money on account of telling the judge, we built this page together. So whatever he makes
mhm,
monthly is also mine.
mhm, exactly. Granny's world said if it wasn't our for RH, she would not be where she is today. But she
Exactly.
said that back in the day, but she would never say it now because she tried to say he didn't help her do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She paid some company on Facebook to help her get her followers, but some
Okay,
Lupac
but
broke that
RH
down.
showed her that company.
Yeah. Lupac broke that down and showed that how many people that she had that would look at her stuff before she got with Latruth, and how many people started looking at her stuff after he started telling them to go follow her, asking them to support her.
What?
hmm She said it had 8.9 million to be exact. I
Oh, I
can't
know
stand her
that page
either.
was making serious money.
Exactly, exactly.
Man, I know that was bringing it because y'all got to think with his low numbers, he's still making 70,000 a month. That's insane.
I don't think he's making it now. I think he's going to make it again because I can see his people of the numbers are growing. More people are watching his
Mhm.
stuff over here.
I think
I
it's
think I'm
because
not
what y'all are doing.
yeah, you got more people that's going looking at his stuff. And I think
Hmm.
he's gonna get back to where he once was, and he's doing it again through the blood and sweat. It's blood,
Yeah,
sweat, and
because
tears.
God ain't gonna bless no mess, and that's why it's gonna
Exactly.
be opposite after a while. After a while, her numbers are gonna drop, and his gonna be going up. And
Exactly.
she's
They
not
trying to
looking at it like
destroy him.
that.
They steady trying to destroy him, but baby, you cannot destroy what you didn't build.
Hmm. Yep.
Um, hey, Miss E, exactly. She's not the marriage type. She's not marriage material.
Mm-mm.
Sh-
She want to
Yep,
be outside.
mm-hmm. She fucked herself in the process. If she had his page shut down, that was a source of income. He can definitely take her to court to have it
Exactly.
reinstated.
That's why I said he need to sue her.
Yeah. I'm sick of looking at her private parts. They just look nasty. And then when you don't and then when you don't take baths, girl, sit down for real, for real. It do look funky. It look every time I see that, Tanya, I think about what they were saying about she had an odor, and that I
What?
just
Who
think about
said that?
different people when this first came out. They were saying that she had an odor. Some lady said that she
What's
came
the
into her
over?
boutique and tried on some clothes. Mhm. Somebody said that she came into her boutique and tried on some clothes, and she had to throw the clothes away because she left the body odor in them.
What body odor?
Punk.
Oh my goodness. Not the BBL body odor.
Yeah.
Man, I just was I ran across a video that said the reason why the girls at the BBL stink is the real reason is because the doctors are not instructing them that they're supposed to go get that massage so all the pus and whatever's left in their wounds can come out and drain all the way out. That's why they had them little drainage packages on them when they come out. Okay, well, if you don't get the massage to
Mhm.
get all of it out, a lot of it is going to be still in there, and that's what causes
Mhm.
your body to stink.
Mhm.
That's crazy. I didn't know she had
One of the
oil.
people that used to be with her, and it kinda one of the people that used to be with her, and when you would kinda tell stuff that happened, she was one of the ones that said she had a really bad body odor.
What?
As Primo would say it, revealing her monkey.
I love me some
She
Pimo
said
too.
that about I do too, she's so funny.
Yes, she is.
I think he made
So
her sign
wait, is you
an
talking about the
NDA.
friend that was talking about that trip? Said she had a body odor?
Mm, I'm not sure I'm not sure which one it was. I seen them talking. Um, I don't wanna call their names
Mhm.
because I think they're back over there supporting her, but yeah, she said she told a lot when she wasn't supporting her, and that body odor came up a few times.
What does she smell like?
I don't know.
What is the body odor that's
But
stinking her?
when she be pulling them things up and getting in front of the camera gyrating,
Ugh,
I
I
be
can smell
saying
it.
throwing all
Oh
that
god.
I feel like throwing all that damn funk around.
Oh my
She was
god.
wait, I kid you not. Who all remember this? When she was live one time, Momo Momo came up behind her and said, "Mommy, your booty stink." I know I'm not the only one
Oh,
that heard that. I know somebody else heard that. That's why she don't want him no
oh,
more because he's gotten sick and has gotten too little. Yeah, she did say she wasn't attracted to him once he lost all that weight.
which is
She
crazy to me
knows
because he looked
damn well
fine
that
either
man
way.
had cancer. Uh-huh.
The man, you
Tanya,
can't
what
take
you
that
laughing
away
at?
from him.
Y'all notice he
Oh,
disappeared lately when everybody talking about him abusing her. That's why
yeah.
she's spazzing out. She put all that negativity out about him and he's trying to make it big. Exactly. She's
I bet
really
in the
hurting that man.
background they arguing so much about the content y'all putting out lately.
Mhm. I bet, like, when he came in there, I think they was at the house and he was cooking. When he came in the house, she like got on her. She was talking her big shit. Then she went into this little soft girl era, and she was
Oh
talking
yeah,
about baby. Okay,
yeah, I think that.
that
Talking about the
okay.
mushrooms was good. And what
And
did he
then
say?
after,
What did
I
he
don't remember.
say? No,
I
they
don't remember
wasn't.
what he. And
He
then
said no, they wasn't.
after he left, um, and went back outside, she said, "Y'all don't like me on here talking about this."
Yeah, yep,
Yep.
I did. But I'm like, as if he not gonna see the live. Talking about, okay, I could go back to talking my stuff. Girl, he gonna see the live. Like, what's wrong with you?
Exactly, exactly. Cause they so stupid to me, because why in the world does she think people not gonna screen record? Cause we know her habits now. She get on here and talk her
Hmm.
shit, then she delete the live. Why
Yeah,
you might as well keep it up, cause we got it. Somebody
yeah.
out the circle got it.
Somebody always got it.
Somebody got it, yep. So that
Hmm.
doesn't make sense to me. What doesn't make sense is making lives private. What doesn't make sense is making videos private because people will buy a membership to your shit just to be nosy.
Hmm.
That's just keeping it
Yeah,
real.
yeah. And then I feel like, okay, so back to the friend that went on a trip. What I was saying in the comments is, what I was saying in the comments is, she said that that pastor was there with them.
Really?
Yes, I watched because I watched a whole live. That wasn't that live about an hour. If anybody else seen it, I
When the
watched the
friend was
whole
telling
entire
everything that
live.
happened. When that friend
Yes,
was she came out, was it on Facebook and she was telling everything that happened?
yeah, it was on Facebook. Yeah, and she
I
pretty
didn't watch
girl.
the whole thing. I didn't watch the
Pretty
whole
girl,
thing.
and she said the whole time Bree was being a mean girl. She guessed because her and Ja was into it, so she was taking it out on her. She was told her like, "You can't, like, I don't want to be around you. You're mean. You're nasty. You got an attitude." And she said the whole time on the trip, all she did was critique my weight, call me fat, tell me I need lipo, and talking about she was just playing. But then when Bree clapped back at the girl, she didn't deny nothing she said. And then,
Mhm.
of course, she called her a user, like she always do
Mhm.
with friends.
Mhm.
Called her a user. I did so much for people, for them to bash my name. Girl, what are you talking about? You had her trolls literally bullying her behind the scenes.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
you were the head coach. What are you talking about?
Yep.
I hate when she
My du
stirred a pot and hide her hands.
That's all she's done this whole thing. That's what she's done this whole thing. Madu said she had the nerve to say that people wouldn't even know about his cancer if it wasn't for her. He said because he didn't want anyone to know. Now she's letting people say he didn't have it.
Girl, now pick one. That's what I'm talking about. She can't stick with her lies for nothing.
Kimberly Payne said that B is gonna get every bit of it back. Those twins is whooping her ass.
Hmm. And
He
then another thing I wanted to talk about is Bree, if you listening, you need to start holding your baby when you're feeding them. They're too young to have that bottle propped in their mouth
they
like
are.
that.
They really are.
Like they
You
could
know,
choke.
yep.
And
I don't like
secondly,
when she's
I
trying to
wouldn't
prove
have them out
something.
that early.
I don't like when she's trying to prove something. We people, some of the content creators say they don't believe she got twins, and she
I
will
know. I
hold
don't know
both
why
of
they
them.
say that though.
She's holding them under their behinds, hands not to their back. And one of them
Mm.
head went so far back, that baby neck jerked so hard. I felt
Ooh,
bad for her because she didn't have the hand protecting it. You're supposed to
right.
protect the young baby's head so that it won't jerk back like that. She could have
Mhm.
the bones are still soft, and that could have messed up that baby's spine.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
stupid. So busy trying to prove something to the internet. Girl, fuck the internet and be a
Mhm.
mother to your children. Fuck what we
Right,
say. If it ain't
right.
true, I mean, she seeks validation from people too much.
Mhm. Way too much. And then claim she don't. I swear I do not watch y'all. My fans send me the, but you know so much about the content, what's being talked about. Girl, bye.
Tanya said he know and she knows he knows. Retarded ass people. Robert ain't stupid. Well, Robert ain't stupid. And then Miss E said, I thought he said the page was deleted. Wasn't deleted, it shows deactivated. If it was deactivated, he would be able to activate it. I mean,
Yeah, he's not able to. It's
reactivate it.
gone.
Yeah, he said the whole page was gone. He went live one time and said the whole page was gone, and he was trying to get them to. He was trying to get Facebook to get it back, but they said it was gone because it was deleted, not
And
deactivated.
see, that's crazy to permanently delete it. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Remember, y'all, when she asked for his password and just got he had just gotten out of surgery laughing and grinning. Now look at her. Wait, now look at her. She is miserable and don't and not happy and on a real deep she
She
real deep
manifested it.
she manifested that on herself. She doubled down on this man DVing her and now she's in it for real. Now
Yeah.
they should have the same energy for Janelle, whether she like it or not. And if they were truly about domestic violence, they should have the same energy for Janelle as they had for Robert. I don't care about no counseling. Maybe if that was true, why didn't y'all tell her to go counsel herself back to Robert? If counseling just
Right.
fixes a domestic violence person, a person that has that in them, why didn't y'all tell her to save her marriage and go get counseling and counsel herself back to Robert instead of attacking him?
Right.
Y'all didn't do that because she hated Robert, so y'all hate Robert. She loved Janelle, so y'all love Janelle. Y'all don't care what's
Right.
good for her. They don't care nothing about what's good for her. It's all about what she want and pleasing her.
Yeah, that's true. But my thing is this: I could not stay in a relationship where I get no pleasure from anywhere. Like you financially, he's a no, and emotionally, he's a no, and then like romantic wise is a no. I mean, the way he looks is a no. I mean, like, what are you getting out of this relationship? Like, you have to be really miserable and broken to sit up here and say, well, I was trying to prove to other people that I'm over somebody
Mhm.
just to withstand being abused or bruised in every way possible. Just to say you proved the point. That's, you know how egotistical that is. If she was to
Mhm.
be taken out today, she would be in hell because the Bible speaks of that.
Mhm.
That's how
My
egotistical she is.
exactly. My dude said, my two Robert said it was deactivated and that the person still has access to it. My dudes, I deactivated my Facebook page about, I'll say about 6 months ago, and it stayed deactivated 2 weeks and it came back up. And I was like, how they gonna just put my page back up? I wanted to just stay deactivated until I did. So now I wanted to deactivate it again, but since they automatically activate it back, I said it doesn't make sense. And I don't want to delete
They
it. So I
ask
just
you, you don't see the days where it asks you how long you want to deactivate it, it should pop up.
I don't. I
You could
didn't.
see like it's I think says something like from days to weeks, or permanently or temporary because you'll be back. Like it has several options.
I think I chose temporarily because I did plan on coming back, but I didn't know that they were
Mhm.
gonna do it. They were gonna do it for me. I wanted to be able to go on there when I got ready to go back on, and when it it came back up that somebody had sent me something, and I was like, "How they sent me something? My page is deactivated."
Mhm. Yeah, it never really goes wireless. So that's the point of it was done and maliciously, like on
Yeah,
purpose, because it's
they
gone.
baby number three will lose jobs because of her moving forward. It's coming. It is coming. It is coming because of her. I don't think he's ever gonna make it to the big screen. He's gonna stay Tubi. He's gonna stay Amazon Prime, little stuff like that. But I don't think
Mhm.
he'll get ever offered a motion picture because they don't like drama to come along with their actors. Y'all see how fast they
Mhm.
dropped Jonathan Major? They
Yeah.
dropped him quick, and he was on the rise up. He was on the come up with his acting career, and they dropped him quick. I think he was supposed to be in a Marvel movie, and that's big for a black man to be in a
Wow.
Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And when that girl came out and said he did that to her, they dropped him quick. Look at Cuba Gooding Jr. When they say he touched that woman in the bar. We hadn't seen him playing nothing since. They just
Yeah.
controversy and the big theaters getting behind you, that those two don't go together.
Mhm.
She
Yep.
put a She did. That's why he's not getting paid on Facebook right now, Lolita, because she put that copyright strike on him on Facebook about his own video when he was in the
That's
hospital.
that's sad.
It was on her phone, but it was his
Oh, you know
own.
why she did that? To prove, to like erase the fact that it couldn't have been fake, because she's been telling people it's fake. So out of all videos, she copyrighted that one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so
Exactly.
the proof could be gone. Oh, she's evil.
Very evil. Who sits around and think about things to do like this to people you allegedly
Hmm.
loved enough to sneak and get pregnant from? You loved
Hmm.
you loved them enough to trap him with a baby, but now I don't know. I guess that's true. They say it's a thin line between love and hate. Tanya said it takes an evil ass bit to even say he didn't help her with that page. That's diabolical, and it
Yeah,
is. It is.
when he helped her with her whole career to get to where she is now.
Brittany said, I like that he is on YouTube. Then Facebook, honestly, he is always so positive, and he is. You
Hmm.
don't see him on here tearing people down. You don't see him doing
No.
that. They be in his comments eating his behind up, and he makes jokes out of it. They was talking
Hmm.
about the shrimp. He made a joke out the shrimp.
Yeah. Yeah, he do not de-escalate like real quick, like by
Yeah.
just being calm.
Yep.
Yeah, his clapbacks do be funny.
Open book in here. Hey, open book, if you in here. Hey, everybody that came in. If I didn't see you, I didn't speak. I'm sorry. He's dusting himself off and getting back up. It's just a little setback for a major comeback. That part.
Right. Hmm.
I don't hardly go on there no more either, my Deuce and Brittany. It said yes, she got it from a Cure Boutique.
For leaving the smell of, wait a minute, I know
I
you lying.
told you, I
Hold
told you,
on, I know
I
you
told
lying.
you, I told
Wait,
you.
for real?
I knew it was a boutique. That lady said she had them clothes. She had to throw the clothes away. She came in. I think it was
Now
Amber's
get
chat.
banned.
She came in somebody's chat and said that she came in and tried on my clothes and I had to throw them away and that they banned her. I think that's that same lady.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find that video.
I
That's so embarrassing. Oh my god.
just like those bumps on her tongue. That's just nasty not to take showers or whatever it is. That's true. That is. My mama used to always say a woman smell herself before anybody else can smell her. Because
Everybody else can smell it
your
too.
nose is the closest thing to your own body.
Hmm. But that's why I asked like what's the older, because they was talking about Cardi B was on stage.
She said she
You know
looks
they
like
said Cardi B was on stage smelling like eggs, but I said, because Miss Lowdown, I was in the comments saying you do know that they do say witches and warlocks, or when somebody places a spell on anybody, they smell
mhm.
like rotten eggs or trash.
Oh
So
wow.
either Cardi B is doing witchcraft and is a witch, or somebody's doing it on her for her to smell like eggs. Because they
Ew.
tell you when witchcraft is being done, you smell sulfur, you smell eggs, and you smell garbage.
Mm, it's
So
gross.
that's why I'm like, what's the smell? Because I mean, it matters.
Tanya said they know they have to get a massage. They tell you that it's expensive, so that's why they don't get them old stinking asses.
Oh yeah. But listen, I feel this way. If you could save for a BBL, then you could save for afterwards, and to get a massage to get all that stuff out your body. If it costs whatever, so be it. Because in the long haul, who wants that ass smelling like pus
hmm
and
Um,
rotted? What's going on is it's rotting inside them.
Lala, keep talking to them for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, let me see the comments. Hell, I don't even know where we at. Oh, y'all, real quick. What's the most annoying thing that y'all see Bree do that annoys y'all? Cause I can name several. Or we could play guess the smell. Which one? We could play guess the smell, y'all. It's a lot of people doing witchcraft. Then no, but I'm serious. Look it up. Seriously, look it up. Like when they say when a curse is put on you, or witchcraft is being done to you, or if you're a witch, you carry a sulfur smell, eggs, or it smells like straight garbage, like trash around. But it be that person because they have somebody that's placing something on them. I don't know why it's those smells, but they definitely say that. See, a stinky booty. talking with an accent. She has several. Of the audience, the lady that messed up the clothes. Was she? She was on Miss
Okay, I
Pat's
got
show
you.
in the audience with the lady that messed up her clothes.
The lady that messed up
Mm.
clothes. Oh,
I was
on that
agreeing.
show when she was the guest. When she was the guest, I think she was a friend to the one with the messed up clothes.
Mm-mm. Oh, that's bad. That's real messed up, ain't it? If it was your friend, your homegirl,
Brittany said she never heard that, and she said she smelled like fish, salmon, and bologna.
that's what I'm
All right,
trying to
Tanya.
figure out. What's the smell? I'm serious. Is it a skunky smell? Is it a musty smell? Is it a trout
And then she
smell? Is it
always in the
egg
camera
smell? What
rolling
is
her
it?
hips and gyrating. That's all I be seeing. That ceiling at I think Janelle
Wait, wait,
has
wait, wait.
itched
I
my
want to bring up
ass.
a moment real quick too,
What is
Spence.
that shit on the ceiling? I don't know. I ain't never seen nothing on the ceiling.
No, my two cents. I want to bring
Hmm?
up something real fast. Do y'all remember when
Okay.
our Robert brother was coming after her and he said, "You need to stop laying on the table getting cut up because you need to learn how to control your bowels."
Yep. Yep.
So wait, what
Running
if
around
she
here shitting
smells
all over
like?
yourself.
What if she smells like shit because she has loose bowels, y'all, from the surgeries? That's why I'm like, what's the smell? I'm
Mm,
serious.
I don't
Is
know.
she leaving a little poo back there? I mean, what's going on?
Janelle said
He
she
said
stink.
she can no longer control her bowels. That's what the brother said.
She said, Miss Jazz said Janelle said she stink, and when they was at the hospital, I heard those BBLs be stinking. They do.
Right, he
Amber sent
said
me. I was
that.
gonna do a video on that, and I've been. Yeah, he told her that he
What
was
did he
playing like he was
say?
a doctor and reached under the. He said he smelled his hands and you stink.
No,
I'm
I
telling you,
know
that
you're
man
lying.
embarrassed that girl every. Who if
Oh,
you all remember that, I hate to do this, but put a one in the chat if y'all remember him telling her that when they was playing like he was playing like he was a doctor and was examining her, stuck his hand under the thing and came back and smelled his hand and said, "You stink." Do y'all remember that?
oh, he was for real. That's not a skit. No, he was for real. He was for real. That's not a skit, y'all. That wasn't no
Keep
prank either
exposing
from the
him,
prank
y'all.
queen. No, that wasn't no skit. Uh-uh.
That's how everybody. Didn't nobody know. She talking about she's always been that girl. Girl, didn't nobody know you before Latruth
Girl,
introduced you
bye.
to the social media world.
You don't
You was
have
around
that
here getting
personality to be that girl.
nope.
And then you stealing other people's identities. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Clearly, something is not right upstairs because you don't even know how to be yourself. Hell, then you get on live with all these fake accents. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
It's the only person she fooled like that is Robert. Before all of this, he didn't watch her lives exactly.
It smells
Damn.
like death.
Says
Oh, when you was gone, I said, let's
see
guess
you
the
talking
smell,
about
y'all.
Ayana. She said you talking about Ayana.
Yeah, I think that is her
Polita
name.
did. Brittany said she didn't do nothing. And Granny's World said I seen that live stream
I think
catching
I
up
do
on Miss
remember that
Tanya's
now,
chat.
too. I didn't know he said that on there, though. She didn't say the pastor was with them. He used to be at the house and was a revolving
It was
door
like
of
a
men.
yeah, I remember her saying that.
No, I swear I thought she said, and the pastor was there too, by the way. I swear I thought she said that.
I didn't watch the whole thing, so I'm not sure.
I watched that whole thing And she was talking about how Brie is definitely like a mean girl to get her way and get what she want because she want a bunch of yes men people around her.
Now that's the one I was waiting on. Them this cause Janelle look funky too.
He do.
He looks funky. She said Janelle looks like he don't wash his butt with soap and lie allowing your look stink. Janelle does look funky. Uh, she said Ayana is the one that said BB
Stole her
stole her
DV
DV
story.
story. Lolita said that. I remember her saying
Mm.
that. So everything that Brianna said happened to her.
Okay,
The
that's
girl
creepy.
Ayana actually went through it.
That's weird. Who does that?
Hey T Nice. Yes, my two, and she gonna say it, baby. Look at you. You almost broke that baby neck. Exactly. She almost. You saw that too. That baby
I
neck jerked
didn't
so
see
hard, I
that.
felt bad. She
Mm-mm.
has control over that page. She changed the password. His rep told him it's still in there. It's just hid. Okay. I hope that one day he's able to get it back. But
Or maybe he in the
until she
background
has a
suing for
real
it because
come
I
to
would.
Jesus, yeah, a real come to Jesus moment is not gonna happen. one
Not for
hour
her,
and
no.
30 minutes. Mm-mm.
I know it makes me
Said she
sick that
had
the
a
both of
demon
us
on
play with
her.
God like that.
So
She
somebody said
said,
she had a demon on her.
wait, the friend said that? That's why I'm
Hmm.
telling y'all, pay attention to people's smells. It matters. That's what I'm saying. It
Hmm.
matters.
They don't even care about her. It's all about the money. Them people never. Them people better not be that slow to know that
She's a
always they got to know she's a liar. They just don't. They don't. To them, this is a game and it's all about one side winning. It's all about winning. They
mm-hmm.
cannot be true supporters of women if they are going with that and upholding her and all that wrong she does. They don't want what's best for her and they can't be supporters of women. I got a group of friends that I met on YouTube and when I tell y'all we hold each other accountable, it's not that
Mm-hmm.
going along we don't go along to get along. We call
Not
each other out on
supposed
our shit.
to.
And that's how I do in real life. I call my friends out on their shit and they
Yeah.
call me out on my shit. And I can
Yeah.
stand, I'm not always right. So if I'm wrong, tell me because I might
Yeah.
not see things and I might say something that I didn't mean it could be taken wrong. So let me know when I'm wrong and when I'm coming across in a way
Yeah.
where it's not respectful to other people. I'm
Right.
not too I'm not too big to be called out. I'm not always right.
Mm-hmm. But see,
But
that's
they will
something she
never
can't
call her
handle.
out on they will not call her out on anything because they scared they're gonna be blocked and outed as a
Yeah,
friend or
and that's
something.
exactly what she do. First, she read the comment, the negative comment. Out of 1,000, you so gorgeous and beautiful. She read the one to be like, you don't take care of your kids. Oh, I don't take care of my
Exactly.
kids. Then she pick up her phone,
Exactly.
go scrolling through their profile, talking about their age, how old and ugly they are. Same stuff.
Show them in the camera, show how they look, showing the
Yeah.
people in the look at that. They always
So
be
they
the
could
ones
go
look
to the
like this, got the
page.
most to say and all that crap, and start
Mm-mm.
attacking them. You can
Yeah.
still get messages through your inbox even though your page is deactivated.
Yeah, you can.
You have to deactivate it. So I might have activated it back when I logged back into it to see the message
Oh,
because I
you
don't have
definitely
it.
did. Yeah, that's why.
Oh,
Yep. Once you log into it, yeah, it reactivates.
Latruth is a lover, not a fighter. No, I meant my 2 cents left. I always confuse you two. Okay. Okay. She says she feels he is not successful without her. Is he still with Miss Season? I haven't seen those
I
two
want
do
to
anything.
know.
I want to know too. I've been asking, but don't nobody know because they haven't done anything in a while. When they was trying to say that he stole money from her, she came forward, and they hadn't been seen in a while in skits or anything, and she came forward and said she always got his back.
Right.
So I'm assuming that they just
They
not
just
doing all
decided to
that
be friends, probably.
private, yeah, more private.
Hmm.
Sleepy told
I don't
her.
think they're together. I can't see him being with her and then having somebody lick his face. I can't see that.
Yeah, well, that's true. Sleepy told her to fix her marriage.
So did after she called us and she getting her butt whooped supposedly.
She thinks he's a step up. No, I
Step
don't think he's a
down.
step up.
Step
She was on Miss
down.
Patch on the okay, we already you ahead of me in the comments, huh?
Yeah, I think I am.
She said spoiled fish. Excuse
Look,
me.
when you was gone, I said let's guess the smell. That's why they saying
As a woman, I just can't see walking around with a body odor.
yeah, no.
Talking with the accent. She takes on every accent of anybody that
Every
she's
accent.
around.
And it just comes off as so cringy.
Yep. Hey everybody that came in the chat. If I didn't speak to you, how y'all doing? But I'm fixing to get ready to get off, y'all. I got to go to work in the morning. I'm
Yeah, and
coming
my
live again
fiance
Saturday.
blowing me up.
Huh?
I said my fiance calling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. I gotta be to work in the morning at 7, so I'm gonna get up and get me a shower, so I won't be stinking coochie. and uh, and I'm coming back live Saturday. I'm gonna do part 2 of the oh what a tangled web. I'm gonna do part
Hmm.
2 of that, but instead of the boyfriends or the exes, I did Latruth and the other baby. I did the 3 baby daddies on the first one. The next one, I'm gonna do these
Hmm.
friends that was in that web and that are no longer around, and that's gonna be
Well,
Saturday. I'm not sure what time, so I'll post it.
I can't wait for that. But what I was gonna say is what I don't understand is how don't her fans see the same pattern with all the men? Once she gets mad, she was a bruise.
Exactly. She's abused, and they didn't treat her right, and she did nothing
Mhm.
wrong. When she did that one that was crying, she was saying, "I didn't do nothing wrong. I was always, it was always them, never me. I never did nothing
Yeah.
wrong in neither one of my relationships." I'm like, girl, you're
And I
just this
love
perfect
too
girl with all
hard.
these problems.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I used to, when she was with Latruth, no joke. I used to watch their videos and be like, babe, oh, why don't you ever do this for me? Like, that's the type of relationship they had. You with Job, girl. I would never say, oh, why don't you treat me this way? Oh, please. Step down. But
Jackie
yeah,
Morrison. So she always bragging and they got shit. Exactly.
but a smelly ass.
Not including her other kids with the twins. Yep. Yeah. But guys, I'm about to go ahead and
Log
get off
off.
for tonight. I
Mhm.
so much appreciate y'all. You all just don't know how much. And I will see you all Saturday, hopefully, and hopefully you can get back up here and we can have some more dialect. La la. You see, you
Okay.
don't get notifications from me.
No, no, not
You
all the
don't.
time. I get them late. That's why I was like, oh
Oh,
man, like
um, I was gonna say because I was gonna put out the thumbnail. I'm gonna work on it tomorrow and put it out. So
I'm
set y'all
I'm definitely
notifications. We're
looking
gonna go
forward
live
to that.
again. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna go live again Saturday. I'm not sure what time. I'm trying to do it early so I can go on and get it over with. Because after working almost 65 hours a week, I'll be wanting to be with my man on the weekend.
Oh, I know. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. They be having us work on overtime. I went at 7 o'clock and got off at 8 o'clock one day
Mm,
this week. So I'll be tired.
I know you do.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all, and y'all have a good
Bye,
night.
y'all.
Bye, y'all. And everybody that gave me the super stickers, I called you all out. I appreciate that so much. And good night again.
Night.